Oi. What y'all doing? Meetup is in Jeddah? Oh, you know it. Bing bong. What's going on? You limey bastards. Dude, I'll tell you what. Linux has this amazing ability to make you feel so small and stupid. But then right after, just genius and smug. There's really nothing quite like fixing your own mess to soothe the ego. How the hell are you? What's going on? What's poppin'? Somebody opened a trade with me. Nice, nice. Me too, me too. What's going on, folks? Are you well? I'm doing really well. The reason for that, simple. I managed to completely fuck up my computer. In the last like 12 hours. So I was up until like 2 a.m. working on a Nomad Tale though, so you know. You take the good with the bad around here is kind of how this goes. Yesterday, grinder failed. Today, audio failed. Tomorrow, please don't accidentally burn your house down. Hell yeah. Anyway, hello. Real quick, let me, real quick say hello. P9 Lucas, Tank, Myth, Gravy Katse, Peter Pinecone, Cycle repeating, Gravy again. Slipped back in there again. FG, Scotty's here. Who else? Faith slipped in there before I did an oopsie. Black Hole Coffee. 10 consecutive streams. Ooh, I bet I just ruined somebody's streak with that little issue. Meek, how you doing? Naibo, what's good? Sorry for the issues. You know, Twitch does obviously pay me a nice 6-figure salary for doing this, but most of that gets siphoned into junk food and recreational drugs. So not a lot of it actually hits the production quality. I apologize for that. Manny, what's up? Removing plumbers like Wario. You know what wire plumber is? So I'll tell you what. I do love me some Linux, but slight issue. You know, I don't know all the things. I don't know them all. It's true. For example, when I first started using Linux, wasn't really so into the idea of learning how sound worked programmatically with the code and the way the systems are set up, right? So while I know what pulse audio is very slightly, I have a slight understanding of what pipe wire is. I have a rudimentary, a cursory even, appreciation for what wire plumber does. I don't know fuck all about any of these things. So where this becomes a problem is when I have to actually use them, and I still don't know. This is where ignorance manages to prevail and create problems for everybody, right? Now, when I use DaVinci Resolve, if I want to record directly into the program, I actually have to go right back through Pulse. It has issues with the pipe wire compatibility. You might be listening to that going like, what an idiot. But like, no, go look it up. It's weird. It's weird, mate. But then I go back here and I removed Wire Plumber for Pipewire Media Session or whatever the fuck it was. Listen, don't worry about it. Just stick to Windows. You'll never have this problem. All right. Hello, Polish Fish. Peter Pinecone, welcome back. Paul is here. What's going on? Deboo, welcome. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're well. Koname is here. Blap, blap, blap. What's poppin' slimes? Welcome back. What hauler do you use the most? The white and gold one. So all three of my main haulers are white and gold. What's going on, folks? P9 has watched 15 consecutive streams. Holy shit. That's intense. So yeah, I use probably a combination of the Blockade Runner and the Deep Space Transport for Amar the most. So the Impel and the Pro Raider. I mean, I guess these days I certainly haul way more with the Impel. But the Pro Raider is extremely important as well. And you can just use any of the race's Blockade Runners. Hopefully not going to burn the house down tomorrow. It is awfully cold here in the United States Northeast. It was like 33 yesterday when I went to Wawa to grab some shite. And today, like, my heat's fucking slamming on. Paul says, we'd love to hear they're doing well. I have the day off and went for a walk in the sun. It was nice. Now I'm deciding what to do next. I don't know. Appreciate the fact that you made the foundations for a sweet Vidya game. You know what I'm saying? Techno Troll, how you doing? 3 gifting out a sub to the channel. Wowzers. 3rd gift in the channel. Incredible. Thank you for that. Very generous. K-Man for Rizzle picking that up. Neff is real. Says, sup dude, how's your day going? My day is going weird, man. But I'm here. You know. About to have the final cup of coffee. And then we'll switch to hard liquor, as one does. Just kidding. No grind cam, or no grind mic today. No issues with the grind today either. Fantastic. Shout out to the homies over on YouTube as well. I hope you're doing well. That is assuming my YouTube is even launched. Who the hell? I honestly don't know what's going on with YouTube half the time. YouTube is like a rogue agent, just enjoying life. And I'm just here to facilitate that. Still rolling, Rob? All right, word. Good. I have like a dashboard over there, but it's like, I don't know how it works. So you guys are on your own. Just let me know if you need something. Black Hole says, I see coffee stuff. Played a little more Dota last night too. Was working on a Nomad Tale 16 last night. Gotta say, it's a little bit different than normal. However, I think it'll sparkle. For those that still watch after 15 episodes, I think you guys are ready for some fun editing and whatnot. Thank you, 3, for the sub. Very kind of you. Debus is doing good, been busy at work. How are you? I'm doing quite well. Thank you, of course, for inquiring. I do not take people's goodwill for granted. Jerry's here. What's going on? I'm going to fire up a fleet, by the way, today, hence the stream title, but I'm not really going to worry about when, where, how, anything like that. I'm hoping to push it back as late as possible so we get fewer of the Euro bros just poning us into a small little ball of paste. That was very unpleasant on Friday. I don't know if anybody was here Friday, but it was about as unpleasant as it's ever been, stream-wise. Fish says, coffee at this hour? Yeah, I'm trying to like limit the number of cups. The time has no difference for me. I can drink coffee like an hour before I sleep, mate. It affects me, but like, you know. Caffeine just suppresses the tired feeling. But like if your body's tired, like you know even through the caffeine. How many hours will it be? What, the stream? 1 hour. 1 hour and we're already 10 minutes gone. Remember guys, this stream is mid-roll ad free. Sponsored by Dark Dwayne. That's right. 5 p.m. grinder and stream. It can be a Friday on our hearts. Adam Wilson, how you doing? D&D Eve is a new concept. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good to see everyone. Shando, how you doing? It's official according to CCP. Odysseus build cost will be about the same of the Orca. Just the cost of getting the VPC and the SB resonators will need to have 500k LP. Sounds like a big flop. Well, there's the price we want the Odysseus to be, and there's the price the Odysseus deserves to be. Yeah? Would that be an accurate statement? I'm not even telling you what those prices are. And most people are thinking that the 2 billion is above both of those numbers, right? I mean, the Odysseus is a sweet ship, and it's the kind of ship where like, damn, I'd love to see that priced cheaply just so that I can kill them all day. Looking forward to the next night? Yeah, me too, no doubt. It's gonna be dope. Currently doing a solo op, so no fleets for the next couple of days. No worries. What are you up to, Jerry? You gotta stop apologizing for not coming to these fleets, mate. My fleets have sucked lately. Let's be real. Does it get to the point where you start having random extra heartbeats from the caffeine? Nah. That's more like an energy drink thing, in my opinion. Pagels here. I saw you in my Jack the Needle chat. You were orange. How are you orange? You were in a block. What a legend, sponsoring a US time zone stream. Yeah, totally intended, right? Not because I'm just late as hell. I want to go, but CCB banned you? Banned you? How'd they ban you? I'm gonna ban you. No Gerald for hunting today? Too bad. Hope your op goes well. I mean, I don't even know. We might run into him. 7 days? What did you... Okay, so you got banned from Eve. So you got suspended from Eve for a week. Would you mind sharing what you've done? Maybe as a word of warning for these other warm chatters here? You typed something... Did you do a slur? Be honest. Did you do a slur? I don't want you to repeat this, sir. Regarding sexuality. Okay, so you did just a bigoted statement, just in general, right? Somebody got offended by it. They reported you. You got a 7-day ban. Tide goes in. Tide goes out. It was lyrics. Killa Sierra B, what's up? Are you related to Stream DRB? Pega watched 7 consecutive stream and sparked a watch streak, which is insane because I snuck like a 5-minute stream in there. Quoting songs. Yeah, I was gonna say I could quote any song and come up with anything I like. I mean, listen, dude. You know, you fuck around and find out. The most shocking thing about this story is that CCP actually enforced text-based rules. Like, no, sorry, chat, like local-based rules. Like, normally people just pop their fucking mouths off, and I never really hear of them getting in trouble. The fact that he caught a week ban for that is pretty impressive. Granted, I would prefer that, you know, none of this happened in general. Dude, I see some deranged shit. I was just talking about this yesterday. It's the fact that there's no right-click report is crazy, because like when people just drop like crazy shit, I would 1000% report them. But I'm not gonna go make a ticket for that. I mean, that's just so much effort, man. Anyway, enjoy your vacation and watch the quotes. And remember, people got feelings. I know. You can probably quote any Mr. Rogers song safely. True. Click on the name. 3 dots. Isn't it report ISK spammers? There's no report here, G. What are you talking about? If it's here, I'm gonna feel dumb as shit. You can't report people on spots. You gotta, dude, someone put a ticket in for your ass. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you definitely offended somebody, mate. which, you know, whatever. That's another conversation you guys can have in your edgy little discourse. I don't give a flying fuck. What I'm trying to say is that I'm shocked CCP even banned somebody for that. That's sick. Oh, in space? Okay. I didn't know that. Maybe there's another report thing. Alright, guys, I'm gonna have the old French press cup of coffee here, and then I'll hobble together a fleet, see if we can get a couple people interested. Somebody forced me to have a fleet today. I was like, no, please no fleet. And they're just like, no, Chlorokin, you're gonna run a fleet, and you're gonna smile like the troglodyte you are. Slurp it extra loud. Baby says it was me. My power. ASMR subs, yeah. Yeah, it's good to know that when I get bored of Eve, I have a bright future in making noises into a microphone. That's awesome. That's really relieving. I don't want it to be this way. I just want to talk about cool stuff. Guy was like, yo, let's go. Let's go. So somebody wanted me to do it today because ostensibly they had off, or perhaps they are feeling particularly festive. I don't know if that's the case. Oh yeah. Guys, good to see you. My space is your space. Make yourself at home. Does anybody remember Zanga? I kind of miss Zanga. And they required US time zone 100%. Yeah. That was an unforced error. This is national holiday. It's like talking to my artist friend going, well, you always have a career in free exotic art. Exactly, mate. Like the same kind of thing. Zanga, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. Anyway, happy you guys are here. We'll go out for, I don't know, a couple runs. I have no idea what's going on. I'm probably just going to focus on my own experience for this today. But I'll still, oh. All right. Cool day. So everybody knows that when the stream disconnects, YouTube is just done. They just get insta-clapped. They don't reconnect. YouTube does not reconnect. If you lag out for like 1 second, YouTube's like, all right, bro, he's clearly never coming back. No, that was my internet. That was my internet, it looked like. Let me pull open the stats. You see how we got a hard reset here? Damn, today is a day, mate. Today is a fucking day. Yep. Now YouTube's getting pissed. I can't even fucking cope with this. Oh no. I mean, I'll give it a quick second here. Yikers. Someone's getting banned today. I can feel it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that where this is going? I don't know if is everybody getting pre-rolls? Anybody not sub just eating pre-rolls to the face? This is really the new strategy right here. Right? The French press is analog. That's some technology I can get on board with. Speaking of boards, I have a board in the back of my chair here. This is a board. It's true. Peter Branco says, from nice things today, I was playing Lego with kids, and from all those random pieces, I was able to build a freaking Tengu. It even looks quite nice. Would you mind posting a picture in my Discord? I'll pull it up on stream. If you let me know you posted, I'll pull it up on stream. We'll take a look. That'd be amazing. 100 fed comments. Yeah, somebody gave me huge stacks of smaller ships at one point. Their name was Nizen. It was very nice of us. Very nice of him. Them. It. Anyway, we'll try to salvage some tonight. I don't know what's going on. I broke my audio. I broke my fucking video. Radio killed the video star. That's backwards, but it sounds kind of badass. And finally, now my internet is killing the streamer star. There's just a lot going on. A lot of moving parts. And now I'm hearing like shrill sound effects, like an eagle calling out. Grinding Faith, how are you? Good to see everybody. I hope you guys are well. All because MTV went off the air. SM fucking H. You think if I watch Cribs on stream, I'd get insta fucking banned or nah? Faith, what's up? How you doing? Doing well. I'm doing well. I'm just fucking everything up today. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like when I needle jack. It's gonna be a fucking shit show. So today is Friday. For all of you that are confused and think it's Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, it is a Friday. Now, why am I saying that? Am I trying to be obtuse? Am I trying to be annoying? Am I doing a little reductionism? No, I'm just a bit of a time traveler.
Spooky _ diplomat says I may not be first in chat, but I'll always be first in your heart. Flex arm emoji, flex arm emoji.
Low effort. Spooky, how you doing, mister? Always be first in your heart. You know what? My heart don't have places, Spooky, but you're in it. I don't keep track like that, but you're in it, mate. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. You might not end up in Jordan's lens. I'm hoping, I'm praying. If I end up in RTAC every time, I'm just gonna go in Tristan's. I'm just gonna give everybody Tristan's. What's up, Mr. Savage XL? How you doing? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing today? My stream is trying its absolute best today to not shit the bed. But it's been one of those days. So let me grab, I guess, some of these. Papagological, what's going on, partner? Have you polished any fish lately? Nah. He's not really into that. He's more of a steak guy. Alright, so I got some weavuses, right? I don't even think I need this jumps anymore, right? I'm too powerful. I have the skills to pay the metaphorical bills. Yeah, I do. I don't even need these gosh darn implants no mo. However, what I do need are ciggies. And not the bogue kinds, not the butt kinds. I need signals, not cigarettes. Capiche? I wouldn't mind more of these thingamajiggers for the flycatcher. Alright, well, here's the deal. I don't know how many people are gonna come with me, but let's start forming a fleet. Wow, look, there's just a random, I'm just logged in a cheetah here, just sitting still. I'm just sitting still at, where am I? Let's find out. I'm at an anomaly. That's good. Let's go ahead and close that client down. What about this one? This one, thankfully in Jeddah, has 200 plex for some reason. Cool. I like that. Now Jack has 200 plex. Sick. Sick. I miss 90s MTV so much. That's crazy. Did you recreate it? Oh my god. You did that? That seems like a lot of work. I guess you just grab the stuff. I don't know how you do the commercials though. Stillmatic saw one of the lowest lows of the series, but it's good. It's good. You gotta put that in there. Guitars made it back into the frame. Spooky, I'll have you know I did not grind my coffee on the microphone today. So and I don't have a man bun. I actually slicked the hair back. There's hope for me. And I need you to recognize that. Life After, what's poppin', yo? Does the Discord have doctrine info for those Needlejack fleet? Yeah, we don't have doctrine. It's just whatever you like. Whatever you like. Life, how are you, mister? What are we cooking, drinking, making today? My girlfriend's cooking some chicken over there in the other room, and I'm just having another pot of coffee here. I guess a press of coffee. If you guys would like to join me for a Needlejack, you can take my ships. You can have any of these for free. I guess I'm blocking them still. Rudely. There we go. But all I gotta do is axe up and jack the needle chat. Let me show you the channel there. And enjoy your life. You just open a trade with me when you're in fleets and then tell me what ship you want and I'll trade you. If it's not here and it's cheap, I'll buy it for you. It's true. I've sent a Tengu photo on Discord. Let's see. Here it is. Dude, it's actually really good. Look at the contour of it. Good lad. Tengu is a handsome ship, it's true. Those are like fish sticks. What's up, Jogi Pogi? Something about a gay fish. Fleet today? Yeah, I'm putting it together right now. Gotta dip in 50 minutes. I'm sorry, Fish. I excluded my European friends and also some of my US friends today because of how late I started. Glad you came by to say hi, though. It turns out a lot of people come here just to hang out. The fleets aren't even uber important. Time until departure? I'll go at 22:30. Family upgraded our phones with the new phone plan we got, and I can't remember my bank account. Guys, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to this piece of technology called password managers. It's really cool. It's not even like a techie thing. It just stores all your passwords and randomizes them if you want, so that nobody can like just bang one of your passwords and get everything. It's all encrypted. Nobody can steal it. You know, it's really safe. It's really awesome. I don't do passwords anymore. You just have to remember a password for your email and a password for your password manager. That's it. Every other password I own, I don't even know. I don't even know what they are. I have no clue what any of my passwords are. They're just random letters. And I'll never know. All I know is 2 passwords. I'm just saying. Time to do that for everybody. If you're not doing that, you should definitely do that. I use Proton, but only because I'm paying them for all their little goofy services, but you can get password managers for free. So don't think you have to pay for it. Young Bro says, is this a fucking advert? Password managers are life. So true. So somebody wanted to know how to join here. I'll help you.
Capsuleers, welcome aboard Flight 420F with service from the Forge to Nullsec. We are currently third in line for takeoff and are expected to be in the air in approximately 5 minutes. We ask that you set your safety to yellow and ensure your ship is insured before takeoff. Please have your home system set to JITA, check your implants, and remember, toxicity is prohibited for the duration of the flight. Thank you for choosing Chlorokin Airlines. Enjoy your flight.
Bonus point if you can ID the subsystem. That's true. Don't have to worry about. Type your ship in fleet chat. Just it rules out people screwing with me. The Bing Bong sold it. I love the Bing Bong. I got people hearing that Bing Bong. One gripe I have with it is it doesn't work between PC and phone. Mine does. Gotcha. Bike wants a V and I. Good choice. Good choice. That's a fun one. We're gonna get in the habit of typing it in fleet chat, guys. It rules out people taking advantage. Sorry to be annoying. I'm just gonna enforce it today. That's all. Thank you, Trash. Yeah, so I'm not sure what password manager you use to Pagel, but right, with Proton, like it will, it even just, I can't even like punch into apps and stuff, not even just browser stuff. It's pretty strong. I gotta shut these blinds. Bing bong. Oh, iPhone and Windows? Yeah. Proton doesn't work between iPhone and Windows? Too late for everybody? Nah, I'm gonna leave in like 10 minutes. It'll probably take us too long. Anyway, I don't really have much experience with iPhones, so I don't know. But what I can tell you is I'm shocked by that. Nice tiny group here. This is perfect. I love a nice 5 to 10 woman strong fleet. That's my style right there. So we have a stiletto out here too. So we even have a hunter. I should probably look into a decent solution. Yeah, I don't think that it's the limitation that you think it is. Maybe you ran into some issue and did that classic, like, this will always be the case. I'd be shocked if Proton itself wasn't cross-platform. And if it's not, I mean, fair enough. Again, I'm not recommending Proton because Proton is, like, overkill, and it's also, like, you're also tying yourself to a company. Their methodology is legit. But there's individual pieces for every service I get from Proton that you can get for like free. So I recommend you just do it that way. Piece by piece. Tutor mail. KeyPass. Bitwarden. Well, Bitwarden is pretty damn good. Anybody else want a ship or want to join us? Basically, we're just going to troll around and look for kills. That's it. We have a V&I, so we should probably be able to kill an Ishtar if we show up on it. Yeah, Pego, I think the misunderstanding here is that there's an issue of software compatibility with password managers. Not really the case. You can make a password manager for anything and then have it like link with other ones. We'll go out for a warm-up round here. Thank you for joining, everybody, by the way. Let me know if I can make your fleet a little bit more entertaining. The big elephant in the room is that on Friday I went out and I literally just fed my fleet like 3 times to the enemy in like 1 minute. It was, I've never seen anything like it. So the bar is so low. Chris Stocks with the raid. What's up, G? How you doing? I use Proton for VPN because the British government sucks. Chris Stocks. Appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll make sure to slowly lull your viewers to sleep. Bin Lad, what's up, G? We got an Ishtar on Friday? We did? Oh yeah, somebody caught something. That's true. That's true, we did get an Ishtar. That's true. I'm just gonna be real, it felt like a complete and utter failure from my end. So if you had fun, dude, I'm happy. Seriously, I am. But I feel like I just absolutely dropped the ball. on trying to do a NPSI when everybody in the entire game is in RTAC A. Anyway, much love. I'm gonna go on a little NPSI here. If you missed this round, no worries. I'll go back out again at least a couple times and see if we can catch something. I'm gonna fly catcher. We probably have enough DPS to kill an Ishtar. If somebody catches an Ishtar, we kill it. They get money, pay out bounties because, you know, I'm too lazy to hunt for myself, so I might as well pay chat to do it. You guys know. You guys understand. Everybody kind of gets it here, I'd say. Hold on. I'm doing a check here. Because remember, guys, no block players. All right, we made it. Everyone's in drone lands, not RA anymore. Go for a spin. So I'm gonna. You're telling me I'm gonna hit drones, greater drones lands every time now. I'm kind of hoping that we get lucky and don't end up there. But I am completely prepared to just like die and just be like, wow, it's still going, and then just sit here and talk for a while. I can't lose personally. Because my dumbass enjoys chatting too much. That's me. I'm the raccoon. Bing bong. You guys can when you're all shipped up, you can warp to Jack the Needle. Yumbrian will probably be the last one here, and they told us very explicitly how long they would need, so no pressure. I'm gonna stop fussing about waiting for people. I'm gonna stop fussing about like times and whatever. I'm just gonna like play and try to enjoy and get some laughs out of these things, because the NPSIs, I guess I've kind of lost some interest in them. They were way more successful when I started, probably because I was more into them. So I'm just going to try to have a good time and spin it into something entertaining no matter what. But if you're new to the fleet, basically the way this works is we needle jack out, kind of look for anybody nearby that's willing to get caught, and then we'll head to some objective, usually Ansablax or Stargate related. We'll sit there, hang out, and hunters can hunt nearby, and we'll wait for our inevitable death. Bragoon says, am I late? You are not. You got 6 minutes, mister. What are you flying? This is first run. I haven't even started. What do you want? I mean, a hunter would be cool. Yeah, I think we got one right now. If you want deeps, that's cool as well. Let me go dock real quick and throw Wayne a ship real quick. Wayne's a punctual guy. You got ships, don't worry. No, I like to give them out. It's a pleasure to me. We still got 5 minutes, 6 minutes, so don't even trip. I froze invites, but you know, when Wayne shows up, I can't say no. Wayne Siru. Siru. I don't know how to say that, but it sounds cool. Are you a stiletto guy? Is that what it is? And if not, well, I tried. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, like I said, bounties in this fleet. If you catch things, we'll pay you sometimes hundreds of millions of ISK just for our entertainment. Where does that money come from, Chlorokin? How are you so rich? Well, you know, people subscribe to the channel, and I just take some of that and turn it into ISK through the shop every once in a while to support this. Also, people are goofy and donate ships and stuff, you know? Which is advantageous, but I gotta watch it sometimes. I have a Fortizar and a PNI sitting in my hangars that like I just don't know why I have them, because chatters gave them to me. Gas Mafia, hell yeah. Thank you for joining me today. If you've never been here before, say hi. Be like, hello, it's me. I'm a newcomer. Do is here. What's up, Do? Bin Law says, hello. Hello there. Docked up Omen Navy. Oh, you should have told me. Damn, yo. All right, hold on.
Warp drive active.
Yo, Young making me work. Literally just shut my work laptop. Do you want to pour some fucking kerosene on it and strike a match, or wait, does kerosene burn like that? Yeah, it does, right?
Requested. Docking request
Of course.
accepted.
So what's the deal with Horde? Do we have a next step for them? Dude says I like what I'm doing. Oh, okay, all right, fair. What's up, Manny? About to dip out here in a minute. Horde's couching, collaborating, so they're sticking to that plan. Okay, all right. I like it. I like how Init grabbed a 128 billion-isk Rorqual before they couched. That's hilarious. It's like, yeah, you can come stay with us, and then they like robbed all their weed. It's so funny. Really not sure what I'm going to do about this pipewire pulse issue I have, but I guess that's a me issue, not a you issue. Beans and toast. $215 billion-ish shuttle. Oh, okay. Someone showed me the 128 bill Rourke that did the old regional gate. Which I just can't wrap my, as somebody who likes travel and logistics, I can't wrap my head around why people just don't take the long way. I love taking the long way in I guess in life, but especially Eve. Arjun, thanks for the info. They must have a lot stuck in asset safety. True. So I think between a Caracal, a VNI, and Omen Navy issue, and a little bit of tackle, I think we should be able to kill Ishtar. So let's try to grab one if we can. Now, we're kind of expecting this to not be normal. We're kind of expecting everybody to still be in RA and people to still... But I'm hoping US time zone's a factor here, and maybe we can find a radar or something. Guys, good luck. Baked, rip your safety off, my G.
Capsuleers, welcome aboard Flight 420F with service from the Forge to Nullsec. We are currently third in line for takeoff and are expected to be in the air in approximately 5 minutes. We ask that you set your safety to yellow and ensure your ship is insured before takeoff. Please have your home system set to JITA, check your implants, and remember, toxicity is prohibited for the duration of the flight. Thank you for choosing Chlorokin Airlines. Enjoy your flight.
Also, block players are banned. That's right. That's right. So the shuttle had BPOs or whatever with research. Yeah, so it's not, the sticker price ain't right. I feel you. Let's take some jams with you. What's up, Blofeld? What's up, Mahoney? Bit late for insurance. I played it like 10 minutes ago. Or maybe 20 minutes ago. I can't remember. Hey man, if you're going to move assets around and you don't have any appreciable, you know, understanding of how the mechanics of logistics work, I don't know what to say. You're going to take huge losses. People think because you're rich, like, you don't have to play by the street rules. You do. You do. There's Mangionis everywhere, fool. Everywhere. Five seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Good luck. See if any of these hunters catch something. If they catch something, they'll tell us where and what, and then we'll warp to them and go kill them. Yeah, otherwise I'll look for something to grab, yeah? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, there's only one guy in local. I'm thinking he's probably not gonna be the one. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna go over next door to 7 Tac Wizeye.
Warp drive active.
Now, I really doubt we're gonna catch ratters in the Northeast. I think we're all kind of aware of that. Maybe we can catch somebody on a gate. Maybe we can look nearby or rip another needlejack. I have the strangest feeling that we're gonna have to use noises today. What's up, Turdinator? How you doing? Killa CRB. I'm guessing these fleets can't use Alliance characters. Yeah, so I don't want to take people in the largest alliances or blocks. So Fraternity, Init, Horde, Goons, Brave, Drac. I don't want to take these guys because they come and they can't actually participate.
Warp drive active.
And it just gets triggering. It's doing well, Turd. Thank you for asking. I've left the mothership. I like how Polish Fish has one of the most engaging names somehow. It is so innocent. Yeah, Wayne, I think that's kind of the case. I'm sure you've been following what's happening with Horde. I'm not sure what we'll do. We'll probably just sit here and needlejack again and just hope. Otherwise, Wayne has authority enough to say, let's go to this area and we'll follow him and he'll tell us to follow him. There's a Proteus on a gate over there. What if he landed here? I feel like I should drop a bubble just in case. Oh, he did just go through. Yeah, we should go catch that guy. Yeah? Let's catch that Proteus. I'm jumping through. Looks like he's landing and he's about to go through, right? Alright, these drones are scrambling us. Be careful when you red box. Alright, Proteus jumps. Can we kill him? Can we get a decloak here? Did he get it? Bro, I'm lagging. Oh, he crashed, he crashed, he crashed. Yo, he's in a pickle. Just watch your red boxes. Wait for him to red box. That's actually sick. Don't everybody red box at once, you know? If he red box, please tell me. Is he pulling range? No, he's waiting to crash. Maybe we can get a sweet bump here. He's red boxed? Oh my god, kill the Proteus. What the fuck? Kill the Proteus and overheat. Overheat, 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 overheat. Overheat, 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 overheat. Guys, Proteus, handling link. If he's red boxing you, tell me if he stops red boxing. Oh! Oh! And there it is. Someone said bait. Good try, good try. We tried. Alright, guys. I don't think there's a whole lot to grab here, so... They've got Logi as well. This is exactly what happened Friday, too. The old Blopsocito. Well, well done, well done. I guess they have a tremendous amount of Logi. Try to spread out a little bit. Maybe you can toast something they're not paying attention to. Who knows? Good fight. Drop a GF in local. The answer to my question, are we able to do a casual NPSI? The answer is no. What is red boxing? If somebody aggresses you, as in like uses an offensive module on you, the box around them will go from yellow, meaning they're targeting you, to red, which means they can't use the Stargate. Why was there not a single Panther? Redeemers are like really hot right now, but this is a bridge fleet. So you just got to go for it. I mean, we land next to a Proteus. You might as well go for it. No fun allowed, as Null say. Yeah, I don't really see a way out. I doubt anybody's going to be ratting. We're not going to be able to use noises to do it. This is the exact same conundrum I had on Friday. I had a little heart attack because of the sound. He says run it back, go again. We did it on Friday. We did it like 3 times, and like everywhere we went, there were people prowling. It's US time zone too. I can't imagine this is going to go any better for us if we keep going. So I guess if you're new and you're wondering what's going on here, we pretty much aggro anybody we see. We're just hyper aggressive. We don't really run from stuff. So we generally try to fly ships that are cheap to the point people don't want to BLOPs us. But if you land on top of a BLOPs pilot, you know, it just is hella awkward for our philosophy, right? I appreciate you, man. Yeah, but a lot of NPSIs are much more disciplined in some ways that matter a lot. And that's why, dude, don't trade me until we open up ships. Just stand by. So what I'm trying to get at is I don't know if there's any point in going there again. Peter says, are you ISK positive from this account? Or no, I've just been hemorrhaging money because of the events in the Northeast. They pretty much break our signal needle jacks, so we can't have fun with them. And there's other things we could do, but they're just usually not as entertaining. Yeah, but we do a noise and there's just no ratting nearby. We've gone through Thera a couple times. The problem is there's like no ratting in the game right now, unless we like land directly in init space or frat. Everybody else is like piling into the Northeast, just doing what you're seeing here. There's like so many variations of competent fleets out right now that like bringing a casual fleet through signal needle jacks is so pointless. I just thought it would be calm by now. It's not. Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand, I don't really care to lead NPSIs through like actual paths. And the rationale for that is I generally just put very little effort into like OPSEC and just needle jack and go for stuff nearby and just try to give good fights and take what we can. If I start leading people through wormholes and going through regionals and going through low sec connect, like we just get picked apart along the way every time because of the philosophy. So it's an interesting situation. It just kind of highlights some vulnerabilities with the way I play the stream fleets. If there is an event going on that pretty much shuts down my NPSI the way I like to run it. If you're trying to be ISK positive while roaming, it's not gonna be. I mean, we usually are very ISK positive. I want to say, people have been watching my stream for over a year. Like, we've killed so many things. So many Marauders, Bling strategic cruisers, packs of Lashaks. I let a carrier go one time, but we would have fucking probably killed that too. Just so many huge ships over the months of doing this. It's been so freakishly successful. But that's because the needle jacks put us in like random locations based on the time zone that we actually have a really good chance of catching ratters at and stirring stuff up. Popped a noise yesterday and it dropped me into a system of 12 people. Sometimes they're the opposite of what they say to do. When someone robbing, I'm a noise enjoyer. Freighter too, right? Yeah, we caught a freighter in Providence just gating, and that was amazing. There's been some insane moments with these NPSIs, but I have no interest in leading an anchor fleet. I mean, I guess I have no interest in. I mean, I guess so. Maybe I'll think about that. But I have no interest in like leading an NPSI with no comms through like pathing. It's strictly needlejack fun. I do like the idea of an underdog fleet going down swimming. That's what we've always been. We've always done bank robbing and took out a few of your ships before we lost, and always traded up doing that. That was the start, right? We evolved to fighting outside of the ESSs, and then Ansiblax has changed, and we were immediately on that. We tested out skyhooks and everything in between. The backbone of what I like to do on stream is to use a needlejack and to catch ratters and then to look for trouble after. But I simply can't do it this week. And like, I guess at this point it's getting ridiculous. I'm just tired of like literally getting nothing for our kind of good faith roams. We don't deserve anything, but like I have a limit here, folks. If you watched Friday, we caught one Ishtar and we wiped like 3 times for it, and literally it was brutal. Having almost like static in your wormhole. Yeah, it just doesn't work with what I do here. Crispy Chicken, nice name. Came from Loro, dude, awesome content. Hell yeah. I am literally working on episode 16 now, so you got stuff to look forward to. So I guess it's like I either change like a philosophy or it's just not tenable to do it when I want to, and I have to be more reactive. I tried to do it on Friday because I just felt like doing one on Friday, and today I was asked to do one. It's just not going to work. I did try though. See a fish? Purpose of the Magus? I use it on my other accounts to boost, but here, I guess it's just in the stash of ships. So it's like I could run some type of fleet where I have people follow me and I have them anchor on me constantly, and like we shoot some like long range type strategy like Jackdaw style. We could do that. But that's like way too main character syndrome for me to enjoy. So I guess I'm not really entirely so sure what to do there. It's like people like the NPSIs and how I run them, but they're not guaranteed. If we go out right now and I rip another needlejack, we're gonna end up in the northeast and we're gonna get insta clapped, even with some censoring. What's up, Miskov? How you doing? So I'm at a bit of a crossroads here. Low sec roaming. The problem with low sec in these fleets is they give you security status penalties. Maybe in a few weeks it balances out. Yeah, if people resettle, I mean, it opens back up. But I'm just saying, it doesn't seem like I can do it now in a way that's interesting to me. You're the guy that was streaming Nomad Adventures and Wormholes in the past? Yep. Current state's wonky. Thank you, Miskov. I think maybe I'll just like maybe I should just do some like, it's just the problem is my fleets are so sweet because they allow anybody to come along. If I just do like a Jackdaw fleet, like what the fuck? That's not even interesting. It's really a bit of a bummer. I wish the needlejacks were changed to where I could like actually, you know, be able to do this even when there's an event. How often do you stream? I stream a lot, actually. 3-4 times a week. Pretty much 4 times a week for a couple months now. What's up, Sova? If you could choose half the map, that'd be great. Yeah, the beautiful part about Needlejacks is I can take anybody with me in any ship, and we can just bang have a chance at catching ratters. That's really the beauty of it, and you cannot stop us by stream sniping. That's the beauty of it. Everything else has really big drawbacks. Get your minions to find them. That's amazing. Hey, Pego, take care. Yeah, sorry, while I try to figure this out. Thanks for coming by. US time zone stream. For the win. It's like, do I just give everybody artillery ruptures and I just spam regroup and we just needlejack and then we just shoot people and try to volley them? Is that what we're doing? Or insects, not minions. Like, what is going on here? Do we have to actually play this fucking game? I really don't want to actually play it. I think food might be ready. Let me grab something to eat right quick and I'll come back and let's we'll do some like focus strategy and see if we can kill somebody that way. I just don't think so. We're going to be so underpowered. But maybe. Maybe. Give me a minute. So what am I gonna do? What's up, Soapy? What am I gonna do? Guten Tag. Zaber. I'm not really sure it's that bad. If we have one scout, just accept the Proteus on the gate as bait and prioritize ratters. Surely I will be fine for. It's a small sample size and only one from today. Yeah, I guess the best way I can describe it is the way this works is like we just go for it. Right? So we just go out there and just go for it. Just attack stuff. There's never been an instance where we don't just immediately take bait. Bro says, what are you up to this fine afternoon? Chillin', chillin'. Enjoying the ramifications of signals being locked into the Northeast. Do we need to be in Corp? No, this is an NPSI. Yeah, we're not, that's the problem. Like, people have been fantasizing about changing this fleet for well over a year. It's always been anybody, pretty much any ship. And like, if you're doing that, none of the ideas that people come up with really help. It's a fleet that's founded on anybody can come. We use a needlejack, we catch ratters, we generally trade up, and then we have a fun response, and sometimes win that even. We don't really have the luxury of like being able to evaluate people and, you know, possibility they're going to just have a fleet ready to rock, you know, behind them. We just go for it. This is why like the idea of like just not attacking the Proteus, like it's so far-fetched for us because we've landed there. We know for a fact we're just gonna either get hunted down as we sit on Antiblacks or not. We see a Proteus represents a lot of things that could have a lot behind it. But like the idea of just like being like, oh no, just let that Proteus go. It's like, that's never been kind of what we do. So the problem is people have too powerful of fleets out right now. We keep getting drawn right to them, and even if we just manually go somewhere else, there's nobody really even routing that hard there. Are there ESS bounties? Yeah, but like nobody's ratting though. Like if we rip a signal, we end up in the Northeast, nobody's ratting. If we do a noise, we might have to go like 20 jumps to find a bank worth even getting in. Like the needlejack meta, the casual side of it is totally borked right now. And that's just because of the activity up there. We rip a noise and do havens. There you go. I'm not even like discouraged. I don't really necessarily care so much. It's just I'm trying to like find a way to do it because people like it. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, if it's not a Proteus with a loaded strategic bridge behind it, then it's a gang with 3 dictors and like a nano gang backbone, or it's like an actual like laser based blob fleet. Like we've hit some of the most powerful fleets so fast to our jacks lately. I don't think it's a sample sizing issue. I think it's just common sense right now that you rip a jack, it better be a noise unless you want to fight a real fleet. Noise might be good for casual exploration right now. That pocket of null is going to be a mess. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just shocked it's still going. The only time that let me try to describe this to you. Like the feeling that I have now of the inevitability of us just going to get face planted by some fleet, regardless of what it is. This only really happens in fraternity space normally. And even there, I've kind of come to accept it and like just gone for stuff. But this has been the most succinct, like, no, don't do this I've ever felt, you know? So what do? Do you go out in like cruisers and have people kind of run a doctrine and have them follow you and try to volley people? Well, then I guess you're just doing like block style PvP. Do you take a line out to the west and target areas? Well, you're gonna fucking get sniped by like one guy and his super, right? It happens. It happens on stream to me even. You know, there's really no way to do it until it calms down. People saying Thera, that's more on the money. Just saying read flea chat? Oh yeah, I don't flea chat open. Trash doesn't ready to rip again if you jump. A signal's gonna take us. Yeah, I mean, but I'm the one supplying ships, and it's like kind of my thing. Like I've got, it's got to make sense to me first and foremost. No offense. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. What's up, Bunton? What if we go through drifters? What's up, bro? I need a bread bowl right now. Trash wants to try noise. I mean, yeah, sure, we can do a noise. Bunton says bit rough to follow what's going on with all the blurs. What? Yeah, over on YouTube, Zaber, they always like talk about baking things. It's crazy. They're the best. Like, what happens when we rip a noise? Like, no ratting bounties. No ESS is nearby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. I mean, dog, I was desperate on Friday. I even tried skyhooks. We did 3 of them. I switched to lavas and like still nothing, nothing, nothing. People say you have to time them and stuff. It's like, yeah. All right. If there's nothing like for the casual NPSI to do with this format, like fair enough. We just won't do anything, I suppose. Yeah, so signal and noise, it's not traffic, it's activity. It's ratting and mining activity. And it's within a certain jump/light year range, depending on who you ask. No worries, Lucas. I guess I'm just stunned still that this is still an issue. Travel a bit for an ESS. I've jumped noises solo to run ESS and whelp when we jump signals 8 to 10 times in my group. See, that's what I'm trying to explain. So like if there's nothing to rob off of noises and signals We can't get the normal gameplay loops going. What is a boy to do? That's the thing, like, I don't even really, like, this is the problem. Like, I don't know why it's got to be like this. Like, I don't even really care that much. Right? Like, what does it really matter that I can't do the thing that we've always done? We'll just not do it. No big deal. Just do something else. Hang out. Play the game. So my question is, like, what does it even matter? I granted, people like doing the NPSIs, but like surely other people are doing NPSIs that are working now. It's got to be more fun than trying to hunt for stuff with huge packs of sharks out there and us just magnetized to them. Can we do a group hacking fleet? Hell no, but that sounds hilarious. Yeah. I really do enjoy the gameplay of needle jack off a signal, bum rush something interesting, look for ratters, and then crash and eventually lose, attempting to trade up along the way. That's the perfect style. It's been working forever. But it's not going to work under these null set conditions. Period. I don't see any way out of this. So who cares? Like, whatever. Well, there's ratting happening in it and Frat, sure. Fleet gas harvesting. This is the problem. Like, listen, I keep having this thought. Like, why do I even bother with the fleets if they're not going to work? Like, who cares? Like, as if I can't have fun playing, even streaming, and talk to people that want to be there too. It's like, if the fleets aren't going to work, like, don't force them. I'm not deserved a fleet. I'm not entitled to fleet. If I'm not willing to change to something that's going to fit the nullsec, like, why would I even try to force it? So, Faith says, looking to join fleet, how does one do that? Yeah. So instead, yeah, I guess it makes more sense to me to not do the fleet. I guess it took me a while to understand this, but like, why would we do it? I guess from your perspective, you're like, oh, let's just give it a try, Chlorokin. But like, I don't want to spend an hour just pouring, like, giving everybody ships, organizing them, giving them a time, playing things, and just go out and have no chance at being successful. And that's what it feels like right now. Capiche? All right, yeah, so let's just do it like this. Thanks for coming, folks, but I will try another day when conditions better suit my style. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna keep streaming though. But first I'm gonna grab some chicken. So if you're trying to hang out, feel free to chill. Otherwise, just do your thing. I make problems out of nothing. Why not do faction warfare? Well, people have to sign up for that, and faction warfare is actually super not that fun for me anyway. Alright, well, if you came here for a fleet, sorry for the false advertising. I don't feel like doing it. That's the end of it. Let me update the stream titles. Instead, we'll talk about some other stuff. For those that want to hang out, my stream's actually super entertaining. I don't know why I try to do groups when I can't do them, like, mentally. So, deepest apologies about that. What we should do, though, is try to advertise and organize for my BLOPs endeavors, which could potentially be something we do on stream occasionally to kind of bridge this gap until things eventually resume normalcy. But for now, apologies if you came here for the fleet. But we're gonna move on. Is there a reason why Laura hasn't done faction or Friday fleets in months? Well, he also gets sniped a lot, right? I just refuse to be in a position to get sniped. And we're hyper aggro and we don't scrutinize, and we have no place in that meta right now. I don't know if it's the exact same as Laura's or not, but it's similar, definitely. Either way, like I said, I'm not entitled to a fleet. I'm not entitled to anything. I think it's awesome that hunters come and we have a good time and they make a couple bucks and we have... It's just not working right now, so why should I feel bad about it? Like it's my fault or something? Who cares? What am I doing more at Ework? Hype Brawl with a ton of CC? There's a million ways we can improve the actual doctrine, but I let people take whatever ship they want. NPSI is not viable? No, the NPSIs are viable, but I can't do exactly what I want, Finlay. That's the issue. So it's bugging me. I feel that because my playstyle is really good faith and like we just go for it, I feel like we should be able to do that year round, but it's not the case. Burgoon, yeah, my deepest apologies to people that showed up for the fleet. I'm just not feeling it tonight. I really honestly think that I need to take a break from hosting fleets until I figure out better strategies or become comfortable with it. There's no chance at hunting. There's no chance at Ansoblex camping. There's no chance at anything. I just feel like there's no point. So much love. You guys that showed up for my fleet, though, I do love you. I'm actually just going to chill and stream, and I'll eat some chicken and potatoes and green beans, and we'll talk about blopsing, and we'll look at the Eve news and break down Catalyst a little bit more. There's no reason why this has to be a bad stream. It's only bad if I think it has to be. That's it. I also need, like, a knife, because this chicken is not going to cut itself. 1 second. Well, now that that's out of the way, just get everyone to buy their Deemers and we'll kick things off. No, I actually have. We've definitely kicked it off. I got a tiny little corp growing out of Curse. Got a couple of kills. Been fun. Goon space is basically empty. Everybody's over in RA. That's what I'm trying to say. The entire East Sov board is just empty as shit. But it also is where the Needlejacks go and where everybody's hunting. What's up, T-Cougs? All right. So I actually just got 2 new recruits to the BLOPs group. So here's the thing. Maybe some of you guys actually do BLOPs. We can do a little bit of banter. You can teach you something. Why the fuck is the Redeemer so good? It makes no sense. Tiku says, hope you're doing well, brother. Hell yeah. I was trying to do a fleet, but I couldn't do it. I bitched out. My Panther does significantly less damage than a comparable Redeemer. Pisses me off. What's up, Scottish? For the record, I'm not the creator of Bomber's Bar video. I'm definitely a fan of Bomber's Bar. That's an example of an NPSI BLOPs endeavor generally. Which you can totally do. My BLOPs group though is actually a corporation, which I think is cool. Panther better at different things? Like what? What do you got, Bun? My Widow's kind of jank. Well, I mean, the Widow has like the burst thing going on. Alright, I like Bomber's Bar, but don't just go advertising fleets and shit without asking. That's just rude. Right, even though I'm not doing one, still. What's up, Mr. Retsilard? How you doing? You got speed, you got better tracking, more flexible range, less tank, less raw damage. Does the, I mean, the Redeemer also gets the speed bonus now, right? I don't think the Sin has any place in small gang BLOPs at all, right? It's pretty much just for holding supers with a bunch of them or something like that. But like the Panther, I mean, it has a base move time, but like when you actually do the cloak micro trick, it's like the Redeemer moves really fast too. Redeemer has like some crazy like baseline neuting that I can do with its damage. 720 millimeter, you mean 1400? You're used to Loki weapon systems? That's good. Sin is supported best. They actually boosted the Sin to have extra warp core strength. Warp scram strength. Sin nice with smart bombs to get the pods. Dude, that's devilish. Yeah, probably 14s, yeah. I'm not part of Big Block, so I'm heavy. Yeah, no worries, no worries. And like I realized I just tried to do a fleet, but still, like I don't think I've ever seen somebody just like be like, yeah, there's a fleet coming up for something that I didn't even know about and just like post about it. It's bizarre. But hey, I mean, there's a Bomber's Bar fleet in an hour if you guys want to go play, by all means. I think I like them. They're cool. Some chicken, some mashed potatoes with the skin on. I found BLOPs gets boring unless you're the hunter. Yeah, definitely. That's why, like, I obviously have a big favor for people that want to hunt. But we already have enough hunters, right? I feel. We have a bunch of people that can and are willing and have tried to do it, but haven't gotten us a kill yet. And then I've gotten pretty much every kill so far. Redeemer seems to be favored. New pressure is a big deal. Yeah, I definitely have a new on the Panther, but the Panther is awkward the way I have it fit right now. I want to switch it to buffer. Panther just seems worse in every way that matters. But this is, where's my inv? What happened? Where you going? You want potatoes? Or you want to join the corp? If you want to join us, dude, we would love to have you, for real. Horde guys that are finding greener pastures can just leave their characters in UW9. That's where we do it as well. I'm a signalier at heart. No, I mean seriously, you could join the BLOPs group. It's not that crazy. I guess I could jump clone out there and look at it, but it's really not it's not that difficult now. It's kind of hard to get baited. Just don't drop like transport ships and shit. Yeah, it's only court members. It's not NPSI. That's why it excludes so many people. But there's a certain advantage, I think, to making a corporation and actually getting to know the people that you do BLOPs with. Because otherwise, like, you know, you are kind of sitting there just with strangers, just waiting for a kill mail to pop up. It's like you said, not the greatest. Or like someone said, not the greatest. I'd rather get to know people, teach them how to farm or learn from them if they know cool stuff, right? This chicken is great. 5 Michelin stars. Michelin. I've literally been hunting in this ship right here. Dead ass. I've made 4 catches now on the weekend, but this ship. I didn't have the web on it before. It has 4,000 health. 5 Michelin stars goes to Shin Ramen. That's so true. That is so true. The corp structure on a BLOPs fleet allows for training new hunters and getting familiar with the people sitting in Tech 3 Recon or Bomber next to you precisely, yeah. Squirrel knows. You guys see what happened today? Gerald doesn't show up and my fleet fell apart. And I rage quit. Gerald's really important. Is it spicy or American spicy, T-Cougs? Currently orbiting cloud with 5 prospects and I'm a goose. Oh my god. 6 account setup? You must be a gazillionaire. What do you do with all those character slots? PI? We were using Artie Panther to delete cruisers. That's awesome. Yeah, I got autocannons on my Panther. Jack has okay skills. Not perfect, though. PR reactions and a bit of building. Ooh, that's a good idea. I should do building, but nah, hold on. I'll keep talking about this. For sure, American Spicy, but it's definitely got some kick for international standards. I think this Scoville is a lie. I think what's more interesting than a Scoville rating would be measuring someone's natural tolerance to heat and finding a way to do that. You know what I mean? Because, like, my tolerance is not that great at all. But, like, I do like a bit of spice. I'd love to know where that stands. And the truth is, if we both eat the same hot sauce, we're not going to be able to describe it properly. We need science. Do you like the cheetah over the prospect for hunting? Nah. No, this dude certainly was like, this chick was certainly probably already trained into cheetah or something. Prospect's cool as well. I do find that the cheetah is a little bit more low-key than the prospect. You see a prospect flying around, there's no question out here. But I did catch a Sleipnir because I feel like because I was launching Tech 1 probes like this. And like acting like an explorer. He was getting a little fast and loose with it. But no, these ships suck. They just die instantly, and it's really hard to even hold the thing down. Strategic cruisers are obviously better. She's actually training into an Arazi right now. See this? I'm gonna put her in certain parts of Amencia and just farm the locals by cloaky camping them. Like the worst type of asshole. So yeah, no preference at all with the cheetah. Just have it. I'm just getting these accounts started with blopsing. I actually have a 3rd account. And they're going to be in a cheetah prospect as well before strategic. It's more of a suggestion scale. I see. That makes sense. Konami says spiciness is more of an elemental resistance system and less of a 1 to 5 scale. So long story short, I actually just recruited Blitz and another fellow, a fellow named Pale, into the corp. And neither one of them are comfortable hunting, and they're only going to bring one character out. But that actually works because we have a bunch of people now, 4 or 5 people with Black Ops battleships out there that can bridge. So even if they just show up, we would appreciate the extra deeps. We're doing it on the weekends pretty much, just on Saturday, Sunday, see who's on, link up for some BLOPs, US time zone, EU time zone. The barrier of entry is you got to join the corp. Now, there's an advantage to that. Number one, there's more trust, but number two, I'm going to set up a farm hole. I mean, probably as soon as this weekend, and see if people want to do some ratting and whatnot. I'm not going to do ratting, but I'm going to set it up and teach people how to do it. So like at the bare minimum, you'll have coaching on how to get started in J-Space as a newbie. And you could probably scale that into Marauder and or Dread ratting at your own leisure. So you'll have actual progression, not just hunting. If you're corp building and fleet building over time, you've considered making one account only alpha series? I mean, certainly I've considered that, yeah. So I love challenge modes, and alpha is like a very hard challenge mode in my eyes, right? But I don't think I would focus on how to make money as alpha. I would focus probably on PvP. That seems to be the interesting thing to do with alpha characters. There's a major problem with alpha that kind of ruins some of the prestige of doing it as a challenge mode. There's no way to prove you've stayed alpha. There's lots of ways to cheat. But you know, if you just did it for fun, alpha as a challenge mode and making PvP your goal would be quite entertaining. Yeah, my tolerance is nothing great at all. What day this weekend work Saturdays? Well, remember the BLOPs is it's not NPSI, just to be clear. It's a corporation, but basically we've been doing it on Sundays, but I've also been available Saturdays a bit here and there. I'm probably just fixing to be on Saturday and Sunday for a couple hours, just see who's on most weekends. That's kind of the vibe. And anybody with a battleship can run it. There's some trust there, right? You don't need to be a genius to do blobs. You just have to be a little bit savvy and, you know, be willing to put it out there. I think I'll grab a very masculine alcoholic beverage from the fridge as we continue to banter about this amazing game called EVE Online. It is Friday after all, right? Let's not get it twisted. ChloroKitties sounding like a good place to go. ChloroKitties is a good place to go. However, it's more of a commune than it is a traditional corp in the sense that, you know, you're not going to be given infinite opportunity to do activities. So I imagine some people will jump clone out to us on the weekend and otherwise do Empire stuff. Who knows? What class farm hall? Oh, I'll get into that 1 second. What's up, Sal Sui? Oh, dude, you missed the fleet. It was so good. We killed 3 freighters. We got a keep star. Oh, it was so good. Ralph says, I'm sorry if I already asked, where's this corp going to be based out of? Well, the corp actually exists. There's no going to be, just to be, so we're on the same page. But the location is UW9 TAC. The working directory is out here. Right here. This was the location. I don't remember where the station is, somewhere in here. Somewhere in there is a station. The reason for oh, there it is. The reason for this is because there's a jump clone station there. It's NPC space and nobody can conquer it, and it has a huge jump radius. Now, it's a little bit weird now that goons are gone, so I'm assuming a lot of this isn't being ratted, but you know they gotta start spending still. Only one keep. Nah, I shit the bed again. We landed, attacked the Proteus, and he blops us in like 5 seconds. Exact repeat of Friday, so I rage quit. It's still fun though. Bandits below. Woo wee. That dog of mine. Yo, thank you for that. Too kind. It's like, it's hard to realize, but like, when you're streaming, you can manifest reality. Because this isn't reality. It's extra reality. Meaning, alright, I don't want to do a fleet. Everybody loves my fleet. We have a good time doing the fleet, but I don't want to do it. Let's just do something else. Everybody's happy. What's the news on this corp? How are you doing, you awesome specimen? Appreciate you, Ben. I'm doing quite well. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate that Prime as well. So somebody wanted to know about what class farm hole? Yeah, no, we're not gonna. Probably 2 of them, a 3 and a 5 at some point. That would be the goal, depending on what they want to do. Rob says, I feel like large volumes of alpha players never learn to be ISK positive. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. There's a whole huge conversation to be had about the economy of starting alpha and ending up omega. I just don't find that entertaining personally, which is why I would never make content for it. My angle with alpha would be strictly, what could you do if you were stuck this way forever? So don't be wrong, that's kind of a more niche angle of it, but I would not focus on the economics just because I wouldn't want to play it. It's just not fun for me. Wife's out of the hospital now? I love that for you. Still recovering? Good. Yeah, I remember last time you came by, you mentioned, geez, 2 weeks in the hospital, bro. Glad she's out and recovering, mate. Shit's outrageous. But let me continue real fast. There's quite literally no pressure in this corp to do anything specific. My goal is to kind of set up a community of slightly vibe checked people. You know, I don't really want hateful people there. Sorry. You gotta be hateless to join my corp. No, rest in peace. No. So here's the deal. Not a huge check, just to make sure you're not aggro. And then if you're in, you're cool, like, you'll have blopsing opportunity and J-space growth. That's the whole premise. And I want to make it so it's not micromanaged by me past the first couple. I think I've gone out 3 times now. No issues. If we have extra firepower, we can be extra bold. So, basically just need people that can fly bombers, strategic cruisers, that want to make money in J-space by day, and by weekend dip out to curse with a jump clone to blops on people. I'll tell you exactly how you do it. The way the 2 people just joined, they said, they DM'd me on Discord, they say, hey, this sounds good. They let me know their situation. And I said, alright, well, if you want to give it a shot, bring a ship out to UW9, apply to the corp, and we'll get you in. And then I gave them roles on the spot, and then they could talk with us in Discord. If that sounds good to you, do that. Obviously, if I don't know you, I'll probably talk to you a little bit first, just to make sure that you're not, like, you know, trying to, you know, do some wild shit, but I moved from Horde renting to an alliance with our own space. Now just playing my first industry empire. I love that. I'd like to have like 10 recruits for this. And I'm not sure how to properly incentivize it. What time zone? So US across the spectrum and EU. So Atlantic time zones, basically. If you live, you know, in the East or Oceania, like, yeah, it would probably be a bit of a clash. But still, I'm sure you could find something. It's not like we all meet up every time. We don't have pings. We just see who's on. The goal is to have enough people to make that like a 5-10 person thing every weekend. Wife says, I refuse to pay to play anymore, my man. Yeah, I talk a lot about that style throughout my series, throughout my streams, you know. And it's true, many people can just easily support their accounts with in-game activities, but just understand that's actually in the sweeping minority. Or sweeping is the wrong prefix, but... You can change the color, so if you go to your options here, under user interface at the bottom, there's a theme you can choose. You can match it to the active ship faction, or you can use your own theme. Enjoy. Yeah, that was part of Photon, a redeeming quality. Imagine Horde's corpse seeds new corp empires, interesting times. I hope so, yeah, it's true. It is true. So what I think I should do is probably park this NPSI. It's been painful for me lately, and like it just, I can't make it work and make it feel good. Even though people enjoy it, I'm cognizant of that. I think I'll park it for a while, and I'll just invoke it when I think the time is right. We'll just follow Laura's lead here and just stop doing the group for a little bit. I like organized stuff, personally. Subserve. I like organized stuff, too. I like tournament brackets and stuff like that, but it's a little hard to get it organized. Like, I love a nice double elimination tournament bracket with good prizes, but again, like, people shark it. It's like, you gotta watch cheating, you gotta, like, make sure people are on, like, otherwise there's a bunch of forfeits. It's like, generally my viewers are not, like, that hyper competitive. Serpent, good to see you. Today's been an utter shit show on my stream. I started hella late. Immediately shit the bed, had my audio fucked up, had to reinstall wire plumber, restart the stream, go out for a fleet, just get my metaphorical poop lined up. It was bad. But the good news is, it doesn't have to stay that way. I can just enjoy the game by staring at it. Although I could be a little bit more productive. You see CCB's stream today? Nah, what'd they do? I'm really interested in joining the BLOP stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be there for a long time. I'm hoping to have this kind of run itself. So I'm sure it'll be there. There'll be a slight hierarchy and whatnot to keep it going, prevent people from doing silly things. But you'll have an opportunity in the future, just in case Horde doesn't work out, to join. You can also make a character too. However, that's, you know, you don't have to do that. Scorp is perfect for people that, like, you know, kind of play on their own most of the time, but also want some dank PvP and want something to scale into. Dude, map is cool too, for real. Oh, they showed the zone bonus? What was that? Was that J-Space weather or what? Yeah, I mean, you can even be in a main corp, but plenty of people will be in a main corp on some characters. For example, I have like 15 fucking characters in my own solo corp. I also have this BLOPs corp on the side. There's nothing stopping you from doing that if you can juggle it all. The show at an M2. It was the whole system. I'm guessing I don't understand. Mysterious zone bonus. You're talking about the special effect, like the last line on the Odysseus? Do you have a favorite character, or do you love them all equally? That's an amazing question. Yeah, I probably like Naru the most, my Proteus pilot. He's the best. He never fucks up. Hemiptera 2 is actually fucking gangster. Hemiptera's killboard. I mean, whatever, spoilers, but like, I'm just saying, check me out. Like, she's fucking terrifying, bro. Like, this chick does not play around. She's probably the cleanest killboard I have. Just non-stop, just picking it off and leaving. I wonder how far back it goes. I'm sure she's lost some shit. Just non-stop. There's one. Oh, yeah, this is when I died to the rats, when I burned off. She just doesn't take L's, dude. So she's like definitely probably my favorite PvP character. There's a Coercer L. There's an Eris L finally. What's so cool about this chick is she's had snakes forever, dog. She's in an Eris with snakes, and she's never in J space, and she's never lost the pod. She's a gangster. Don't tell anybody she has snakes, though. Somebody's gonna kill her. So probably her. You mentioned J-Space opportunities. Is the plan to set up structures in a whole? Yeah, no. So I'm going to have, you know, the plan is to teach people how it works, right? And I'll have locations for them to go. I'm not a Citadel guy. I think that's a waste of fucking time, personally. And the only exception is Dreads, and even that is, you don't need it. I think Citadels are just such a waste of time. If you could have now granted, you have a corporation, you want to organize, there's advantages, I get it, but like, for anything like less than like 50 people, like Citadels are just such a trap. So I'm going to be probably explaining to people how to make it work in Shattereds, in POSes, and normal systems, and I'm probably going to have stuff set up for them to kind of transition from in the corp. The plan is to help them make money. We won't be doing anything in Curse, period. We will never be dropping on people, or at least the locals in Curse. A bunch of little baby nomads out here. Could do. So the intention would be to have like a class 3 wormhole, so new bros could go in and make money with their strategic cruisers. Also have eventually access to C5s if people actually want to learn how to roll and be safe. And they're going to die to seed attacks and stuff, but I don't rat, so none of this is for me. But ratting in J-Space is trivial to learn at least the entry level stuff. Even if you're just in a praxis, you can do it. I just don't recommend it. It's not fun. So the goal is to, if people want to join the corp, you can obviously hang out with the stream, hang out in the Discord, and you'll have PvP on the weekends and a place to go to make money during the week as well. That's kind of the goal. Everything in between that would be up to you. The Pioneer looks like an evolution of the Venture, which I like. Yeah, it just scoops the same fucking amount as the rest of them. Anyway, much love. Let's just take a look at some industry because I'm bored. I'm just chilling. Otherwise, I'm about to start doing wild shit. There it is. Found the keybind for that one. It'll scoop the same with 3 lasers. Pioneer, yeah. Yeah, so the thing about the Pioneer is we did the math on it a while ago, and it turns out with more lasers, it scoops the same amount. So that means even though it's supposed to be cheaper than the Prospect, it's way more expensive when you use syndicates. It's just mind-boggling design, but you know, whatever. I'm sure they're still iterating. Ryan says I want to join, and yeah, anybody can join my ChloroKitty's group. It's kind of like a streamer corp, but not really. We don't have aspirations like Hype Train did. No offense to my Crash homies. Like, they had aspirations of Sov, which is well out of scope. I have aspirations for, essentially just setting people up for individual success, right? Ba-ba-bum. So how much is this for? Oh, my rent fund ran out of money. That's incredible. Fucking landlords, am I right? Had to put some cash in the old rent fundage. All right, we'll turn it into a little bit of a background indie stream, as one does. But I am seriously looking for people to join us for BLOPs. I think we can form a nice little background community. I'm good at organizing things that are a bit more hands-off. Not so much great at organizing NPSIs. But this is more of a corp long-term. So if you don't have a home, you're looking for a place to go, you think you can fly a cloaky ship, and you want to experience J-Space on your own and be set up for it, that'd be the place for you. This corp won't be able to be war decked, will it? I mean, it could be. I mean, that would be fun if you got war decked, but yeah, war deck's not really so much a problem. If you're worried about being war decked in my group, I wouldn't worry about it. And I can explain why if you join and figure it out. But I wouldn't trip on the decks. You gonna have a structure for that now? Yeah, you gotta have a POS or a Citadel or something like that, upwall structure. POSes do count. And we do have a POS. But yeah, war decks aren't so bad. High Dreams isn't looking good at the moment. Rarely see anyone on anymore. Yeah. Well, I mean, everything has a start and an end, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to say, like, that was aspirational in some more profound ways. My group is just setting up a way for me to be able to drop the Panther on people. I'll obviously help them as well. The Singleton Confessor, what the fuck's that about? That's interesting. Looks like a Singleton Legion as well. I'm not sure if I just didn't clip them right or what. I don't know what that's about. No fuss. We'll fill up these, delightful runs here with ships. 10 days, 11 days, not bad. I am quite excited in some pretty interesting ways I can't really talk about, but Nomad Tale 16 is going to be quite, I kind of get the impression that people that watch my stream think it's just going to be pure indie, the episode, but it's definitely not. There'll be some components, but yeah, Nomad Tale 16 is going to be based on like mechanics like always. Super excited to do it. I've just basically restructured it yesterday and brought it back down to kind of where I wanted to do it. Rescoring it all. It's going to be it's significantly more polished, I assume, than previous episodes. Is a year in the coming, so the build-up is big? Well, it's not like I'm working on it all year. I mean, I basically play for like 8 months off camera and then just start recording eventually. It's going to be good. But one of the things I kind of excel at in EVE is like finding reasons to do things. And you can kind of almost tell with the NPSI situation today, like I was really struggling with a reason to do it. But episode 16 is going to be, you know, more along the lines of why do we do things, you know? Why do I like scooping gas? Why do I play the way I play? What is it that it still attracts me to solo gameplay? Why do I still not take a risk? You know, why? A lot of answers to that, a lot of discussion about that. Also, just a ton of mechanics, a lot of interesting kills with full dialogue and explanation, hopefully some nice graphics if I get it going, and lectures essentially about like different ideas I have about base mechanics that aren't so easily expressed in clips. It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm definitely getting back into it. There's a lot of work to be done though. I'm also waiting for the Outrider. One interesting thing about the whole series is the amount of views stays consistent throughout. Now what? Wait, what? On what planet? So you're saying it's not the normal drop-off. Got you. Got you. Yeah, I mean, usually it's like 2 to 1 on the first episode. This is really the major shocker is there's like actually a resurgence of views based on the quality of the episode. 14 was one of the highest quality episodes of all time, so there's a reason why it has so many views, right? Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, like people will just watch that shit on repeat. When you find content that works for you and it's there, I mean, shit, bang it out. Tiku says, I've been looking to learn more about Wormhole and BLOPs. Your focus on aspirations for learning in tiny group versus in-game conquering is inspiring. Would you say the corp is friendly for people who only log in for a couple hours during the week? Yeah, I mean, basically that's kind of everybody's like that. Right now, everybody only logs in on the weekend or they're just doing their own thing during the week. That's probably how the corp's going to be. There's no coordination outside of BLOPs right now. I'm just going to set up some ratting for people so that they can make money, and anything else is up to you. But I'll have your back in the corp in a way I can't do it with an NPSI. Anything above 20k views when you're 13 episodes deep is I don't know the numbers. I also don't think it's like impressive. We don't have to worry about that. It's nice that people enjoy it. That's what I'll say. You start like worrying about the series and stuff. Like I don't know. Like I come from RuneScape, right? Before Eve, I started making content here. I was playing RuneScape. Like they love their series over there. Is there a Discord to join and such? So I have a Discord and I have a section on it that's hidden for the ChloroKitties. You're welcome to join, but basically you would just DM me on Discord, hit up Chlorokin, and just like be like, hi, I'm kind of interested or whatever it is. We can talk about it. So basically whenever I get off a stream, I just respond to people on Discord and I kind of filter and see if anybody's serious about it. And then on Saturday we'll be dropping again. So if you have a ship there and you're willing to join the corp, like you'll be able to get kills with us as well. It's not like hunting necessarily. Blopsing is pretty inevitable. If they're ratting, you can eventually get them. But yeah, no doubt. Just talk to me and kind of understand that, you know, when it comes to corporations in Eve, there's like levels of infrastructure. And this corporation will be completely on one side of that. Do the 3 big citadels in Amamake still exist? Oh yeah. What's up, Earl? This is my industrial kind of spot of choice, the 3 big citadels. Hydra Reloaded is not losing these anytime soon.
Docking request accepted.
I've been working through some industry in my solo corporation, Jolly Ranchers, and kind of taking a step back on the ferocity of producing things. There's gaps in the lines and you can see reactions are not working, etc. But I am training up another pipeline on another character, so I'm increasing the bandwidth in an attempt to potentially do some interesting things before the year is out and the episode's done. Was my indie hub before I quit like 2 years ago? Yeah, it's hard for me to even know how good of a hub it is. The taxes 1, the system cost index, I don't even really know how to parse it too well. It's 7%. I don't even know if that's good. I think that's pretty high. My whole strategy with industry is basically to harvest gas in J space and then produce it into products. And so doing every step of that is a combination of buying materials from people and putting them together and using your own, right? When transporting BPOs, what's good to use? Jump freighter. Something with a sino that you can just put on a station. You know, I mean, I've moved a fair amount of stuff at once. You know, blockade runners are kind of hard to beat, but when you move a certain amount of value, it's like, you know, do you really want to die to a disconnect? You know? Like, unironically, using a BLOPs to move blueprints is not a bad idea, if you know the mechanics. Yeah, certainly not something that can be smart bombed erroneously. Like, if your threat model doesn't include being smart bombed, you're probably going to have a bad time moving a billion or trillion worth of blueprints. Ryan says, I just want to go explore, learn sneaky PvP, and hang out with people who like Astero co-ops and huffing. Yeah. I mean, there very well could be a place for you. It's just, this is almost more for mid-game players that, like, know that they don't want to be in a bustling corp. But if you're a newbie and that still kind of appeals to you, you can join and always just leave if it's not your cup of tea. I'm not going to take it personally. It'll be like a streamer corp. I'll take care of you as best I can. We'll try to learn and do some fleets, and that's that, you know? As far as J-Space goes, like, I can pretty much just teach you guys the options, and you just pick a style, and we just set you up with a POS or whatever you like, and call it a day. Use holding corps, right? So it's definitely nice to hear from you guys if you're interested in that. Sorry, I just stood up randomly, didn't say anything. But you know, no stress. There's really not a whole lot that can go wrong with that. If we don't like the area, we'll just move the BLOPs. I would like to find some way to do NPSIs regularly, but I think we'll take a week or two break from them again. See if conditions improve. Other than that, I've kind of scaled back buying gas from chatters. Didn't really end up the way I wanted to end up. But you can't really blame me for trying. Profit sharing is a noble idea. It's just hard to pull off. All right, let's see here. What's something useful I could do right now? I could look for some gas. Could also make some runs with some products. Logged in my wormhole and there's a gas site. It's gonna be a good day. Interesting. My brain was definitely NPSI mode today. Let me consult the old crystal here and decide what to do. Love the gas compendium? Hell yeah. Which armhole? I'm on my way. You would never. It's really tough to be like, what's the word? Like intentionally casual in Eve with PvP. It's definitely hard. We've been getting away with it for really a long time. I feel like our chicken has finally come home to roost. I don't really care for solo PvP. It's just too hard to do when I stream, and I'm not very good at it anyway. So I'm not really sure what to replace that with, but who knows? I'll figure out something. I always do. Huge gap in the market lately because I haven't been seeding the market, the local hubs. But nobody actually fills it because nobody does Tech 3 stuff. What's BLOPs Corp name, by the way? Maybe you said already. Chloro Kitties. Literally the best name ever. Bit of a throwback meme. Streaming plus Eve solo is so hard, everybody can just full count. Well, yeah, I mean, but also I just forget what's going on and make the worst mistakes possible and get embarrassed. Bank robbing was damn near perfect for us. It was damn near perfect. But I feel like I got bored after like 6 months of it. And now there's no more marauders allowed inside, which is a really good thing, also a bad thing for us. The marauders, because of how strong they were, people would like make mistakes with them sometimes. Or they would come in solo with them, or they would come in and other people would come in behind them and we would smoke them. Now it's like, it's generally like battleship style responses. It's tough. Things change. What if I, threw jelly beans in an Arazu right now for fun? That could be something to do. I kind of feel like I'm drawing a blank on what to do right now. Seriously, it's bad. I normally don't have this issue. I'm on my way to huffing 1.5 billion today and rush to C3. Let's go, lad. Sounds like instrumental core, maybe? Mayhaps? I was E4 or 5 wandering with a ton of gas, but end of life, I don't trust my ability to get back Sag. Well, they changed end of life, didn't they? So now it tells you when there's an hour left. So as long as it doesn't say an hour left, you have at least an hour. 3 vast and a few low end. Ah, I see. I see. Very good. Very good. I mean, I get. Wait, where the hell am I? Am I super far away? Oh no. That's bad. That's real bad. Oh no. Alright, well. Let me slowly fly this character back. I think I'm gonna death clone her and put her in an Arazu, maybe. Bring one out if it's possible. A little bit sussy to bring out to Curse. I don't know if you guys have ever gone from Curse to Jetta or back or vice versa, but it's actually hilariously precarious. It really is. This is something I can definitely do. Also, maybe I could bring Jack out. I feel like I should do a little giveaway before I bring him back out, though. I guess I could do it remotely.
Drive active.
Oi, mate. Oi. So you're peeping at my system. Oh shit, this thing's fucked up, look. It's because it's not centered. Red Square, what's up, gangster? It says, I'm mostly living the nomad life, but I have BLOPs pilot, Lynx pilot, and Recon 5 pilot that aren't being utilized. Holy smokes. I mean, I'm sure you could make stuff happen.
Drive active.
Good to see you, Square. I mean, yeah, hit me up if you want to coordinate, do something interesting, we might be able to do it. Life After says, I feel like you should lift your chin, take a big breath, and lower your expectations. I watched your fun video a few times and just punch out again in a new adventure with low expectations. 100% true, yeah. I suffer from this condition called anxiety. Causes you to overthink lots of things, yeah? You used to sit at the top of the cloud until you saw him with the Magus, and now it's made more safe. Ooh, shit, you adapted, eh? That's incredible. I like that. Yeah, I mean, with a couple of hunters, you could do a lot of very interesting stuff out of this system with a couple people to back you up. Thank you, Life After, by the way. Very kind of you. See a little Ishtar there. This is actually out of range. I think DY is out of range.
Warp drive active.
I don't even like chatting. I can't imagine streaming. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one for someone that has anxiety to stream. I would say it's a work in progress.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
So I do have a pass out here. It's just we don't really need it anymore. We're kind of competent enough to do it on the undock. So instead of like worrying about structures and buildings and fuel and passes and shit, we just, you know, you just undock and sino together. If you're new to the point where you don't feel comfortable sitting on an undock like this and doing it safely, well, of course, we would not have you in a battleship, granted. I found an Arazu on the scan. On the scan, on the scan.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Very hard to be caught when doing 2.5 to 3. Amazing. Yeah, I've mentioned it a few times just for shits and gigs, but, you know, I got, like, whatever you call it. Streamer privilege, right? Or video maker, content creator privilege. So I'm thinking about putting snakes in my prospects. What do you think about that? Is that a bad idea? I wonder how much money I actually spend just switching implants in the station like that for no goddamn reason.
Active.
It's probably like a significant amount. You do it 1,000 times, you spent $1 billion on it. Or 100 times? 1,000 times. Slag says, and yet you're so good and fluid at it. What, dropping the ball? Come on now. It's true, but you don't have to rub it in like that. I'm just kidding. What are your thoughts on wormhole hunting in a curse? Yeah, that's a sick ship. Curse is the natural predator to any turret-based marauder, of course. It can damn near solo them. Curse is also just a fantastic ship in general. I think if you're going to solo hunt, a curse is a very interesting option because you can splash the holes without spooking ratters. But I would still put a cloak on it. All pickles are cucumbers, but not all cucumbers are pickles. That's true. That's a salient statement. And see how they're running from my cheetah, even though I'm just like out here with no backup behind it. I also have this blaster Proteus out here, which is kind of fun. Been trying with XLSB, not sure if it's the right path. Yeah, I wouldn't know really anything about what to fit it as. I mean, as a counter, you can almost fit it as anything. You know, if your goal is to shut down a Marauder, just a couple tracking disruptor, AB, and a little tiny bit of tank for the drones or whatever. But actual fighting, yeah, XLSB sounds pretty appealing. But I couldn't actually say. I have used the curse. I do have one. I think I'm sitting in one right now, actually, on one of my characters. But make no mistake, I'm no expert with that ship.
Drive active.
Definitely seems like, for for me, a fantastic tool in the toolbox. It just so happens that it also has some nice application for solo play as well, but I can't say I'd recommend using a curse over a strategic cruiser if you have one account and you're trying to PvP. I just don't think that that would be more successful, if that's the litmus test in this instance. But pure conjecture. I suck at PvP ultimately. The only thing I can do is be patient and wait for people to make mistakes and eventually capitalize on it. Intra-fight decision making is pretty piss poor even to this day. How's it tanking for PvP? Yeah, it's generally considered the least sexy option for a solo ship, yeah? Which Linux distro? I'm on Kashi OS.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I tried some MMOs at Garuda Linux this year, and all games work without a lot of work. Just have not done the full switch. We'll do that now. Yeah, come by our Discord. I have a Linux Discord that I created that is run by volunteers. No profiting allowed. 500 some people on there. We have a custom built wiki on how to switch over to Eve. How to switch over to Linux with the Eve. I think you'll find it quite useful. Mike, I know this guy from the fleet. What's up, dude? Got my first ship safely to UW. Is that you? Are you Mike? Hey. What's up, G? If you apply, I'll accept you. You have a Discord for the BLOPs Club? Yeah, it's my main Discord. I just have a channel for it. I give roles to people that want to join. This would be the Discord for my general Eve stuffs. Chloro Kitty reporting for duty. I love that. I love that. What's up, Pookie? Yeah, basically, if you just hit me up, Chlorokin on Discord, Square, and just kind of repeat what you said here in Twitch chat, I will get back to you, and we'll see if maybe there's something you can do. I don't know. This might be too low-key for you, given that you're established. The main audience is going to be somebody that wants to try BLOPs or has done it, but just only a little bit, and kind of likes doing their own thing most of the time. Obviously, a fan of the show helps, but... Can you link the Discord? Oh yeah, of course. Of course, I apologize. I usually try to. This is the Linux Discord. You have some good old-fashioned chicken and dumplings, just got digging in? Hell yeah. My girlfriend made chicken and mashed up some potatoes, some green beans and stuff like that. The chicken had it had like a sweet kind of marinade to it. Kind of hard to tell exactly what it is. Just generalized like Asian sweet marinade. Maybe it was teriyaki. It's hard to tell. It was good. Rob, take care. Appreciate you. Mushu, you're welcome. Anybody interested in Linux? This is, of course... I don't know how many other streamers stream Eve on Linux. I'm sure they're out there. I'm positive. It's not like I'm special, but we talk about it an awful lot here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
That close. Damn, my man fucking flew out there. Sheesh on a leash. You see that? He booked it. What's this silly Billy doing? What ship did you bring out, Gravy? A little saber interdicted my cheetah, which I gotta say, I respect people that try to interdict nullified ships, because I don't have a fucking nullifier. It's totally doable if you're godly at the game. Nemesis? Nice. Do you have torpedoes on it? What do you got? How much DPS do you do? 2 more to move down? So I usually like to wait for a Thera hole and just bring a blockade runner through a few times. I don't think you're gonna lose your bomber for what it's worth. I mean, I'd be shocked if you lost it. It's really only hunters that use throwaway stuff where they'll lose it. Danko for Crux says, what distro do you use? CashioS. CashioS. Debian 12. But I'm a fan of lots of distros. DPS is 275. Yeah. You got some skills to work on. That's all. We'll take you though. We'll take you. I'll take another 200 deeps. What's the non-polarized bomber do? Chat, like 800 DPS or something? Is it less? Is it 500? Polarize is oh, okay. So polarize is 700. Okay. Yeah, polarized bombers are perfect for this corp, but you don't need to polarize. I don't really care. Honestly, dude, if you have a pulse and you're not an asshole, I'll take you. Seriously. Fedora and Arch for you? Nice, Sue. I have a lot of experience on Fedora, just by virtue of... That's where I kind of started on.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so let me tell you how a BLOPs drops goes. The dude's like, hey, I think I see somebody. You're like, okay. And then he's like, hey, I see somebody. You're like, all right. And then you undock. And he's like, hey, I'm lighting a sign. And you're like, okay. And then you just get sucked along the sino. And then you just are in front of somebody that you're going to kill. And you just instantly murk him. There's not a whole lot of tactics involved once you're on grid. Unless something goes wrong. Then you should probably just... listen to the person in charge. But the goal is to not have things go wrong in the first place, right?
Warp drive active.
But yeah, this is an Arch downstream. CashioS is obviously Arch, but just for easy mode. Scotty says it sounds like wild fun, honestly. Yeah, I imagine it's uber fun. It was for me when you're doing BLOPs for a while. And after a while, you either like move on to hunting or you just stay satisfied with like the content trickle. Do you have to use wine to run Eve? Nope. So, the way it works now in 2025, generally, some people, of course, configure their own wine prefixes, but we generally use the Proton compatibility layer, which is obviously built on top of wine. And that's provided by myriad sources, but most people just use Steam. It just plugs it all together for you. You can also just download it yourself and apply it, or use Lutris, bottles. Slag, what I highly recommend if you're in this position where you're asking kind of like, you know, what do I do? Like, how does this work? On my Linux Discord called End of Life, run charitably by our dear friend Teravan, Hal, Borden, Retulard, Katrina, volunteers. We have a wiki here, and this is literally all you need to get going here. Check us out. Getting started. How do I run Windows stuff? Choosing a distro, installing Linux, choosing a launcher and installing Eve, performance tweaks. Everything is here. Frequently asked questions. How to deal with certain lag issues you might run into. Real quick, just how to fix them. You can use Steam, Lutris, bottles. You can... Basically, everything you need is here. We just kind of recommend a few things, but we don't even assume you're going to do them. Teravan regularly troubleshoots issues for distros he doesn't even like. So, by all means, please come by the Discord and make yourself at home and just read out. Align out and Bombers Bar, we get counter dropped all the time. Yeah, I'm a little bit sensitive to getting counter dropped, but I know better than most, and I'm seriously flexing here, how devastating counter dropped can be. Why do I say that? Anybody know why I say that? Anybody know the Chloro lore? Why I would say that I know uniquely how badly getting counter dropped can affect you.
Warp drive active.
It's kind of niche. I don't think anybody's gonna rip it out of their woodwork. But here's the deal. I have personally been counter dropped while blopsing by, wait for it, Frederick Von Hole. I've been Von Holed. Before he attacked Alliance tournament ships, he cut his teeth on counter dropping blopsers with carriers. And I was one of his victims.
Warp drive active.
Feels lore, man. This was during a time when you can have a Sino on anything. Fucking Astero lit a Sino on my ass. And out comes Von Hole with all his buddies and his little carriers doing Von Hole shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just unbelievable. Incredibly rude of him. If Day walks into Sin before, it's like my crowning achievement. He's on our Linux Discord. He's another dirty Linux user.
Warp drive active.
What's up, Undead? How you doing, slime boy? What is, what's percolating in your chamber, bro? Damn, I just made that one up. That was good. I've heard what's percolating, but never what's percolating in your chamber. That's amazing. No one drops his carriers, just super carriers? Yeah, no, carriers suck, 100%. But they used to be a really cheap option to kind of dominate a grid with enough of them, just instantly in low sec, or null. Back when the price was right? He definitely used regular carriers. It was pretty nuts. So we're in HTAC A. This is actually the home system of Guardians of Tranquility. These are the pretty much the most powerful local faction here in East Curse. These guys are predominantly Chinese. This is Death and Glory, predominantly Russian as far as I can tell. So the time zones are all over the place, but they're very aggressive and they're very like vigilant about bubbling these gates. So I always get a kind of a kick out of people that come here and just die to bubbles on the way out to the curse space. It's like, yikes, be careful. It's your first test. I'm glad to see Gravy made it out without dying. Carrier cost adjustments might help there. Sure. Didn't they just buff carriers? 2 million bay? I mean, that's actually kind of sick. I know what I'm doing for Ant 17. What if I release Ant 17 in like a month after 16? Would that fuck you up? You doing blops? Hell yeah, G. You want to join us? I'm actually not doing it right now. I'm just moving this guy around. I'm gonna maybe kill her and bring her to a jet and get a Rasu or something like that. I'm pretty much just chilling. I tried to do an MPSI. Felt real bad about it, but chat reminded me it's okay. I don't have to do things. I can just be myself. Including failing. Dodo's 5, what's up? Thank you for the follow. This character is awfully close to an Arazu. I figured an Arazu would be a nice pick for cloaky camping. Gates in nullsec that are of interest to me. But I think ultimately we'll end up putting this chick into something like a Tango or maybe a Legion even, who knows. Almost home. I got a 10 blops, so it was fun. Hell yeah. If you ever got a spare character, feel free to throw in the corp. Dodo says, love your content on YouTube. Hell yeah. Thank you. So I personally like hate groups that have super impactful hierarchies. Where you kind of gotta like bow down to people. But with the Blops group, there will inevitably be some semblance of a hierarchy, sadly. Just because it's gonna have to just be that way to run the corp, but it should be extremely relaxed. Typical Chlorokin rules apply, no fucking, you know, making fun of each other for who we are, blah, 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 blah. But mostly it's just fragging people in J space. Also, it's a tiny bit edgier than most of my spaces because we're off of stream. You know, obviously no bigotry, but like, you know, you're allowed to talk a little shit is the point, right? You're allowed to kind of feel yourself a little bit in this corp. That's perfectly okay. Granted, you're a dirty blopster. You shouldn't feel that good, but... So, Jilly Beans, where exactly is your home station at, my dear? Home station here is in UW. I got some clones and jitters. What I'm thinking we'll do is maybe fly over to Amamake and pick up a Razu. I keep going to panic mode when you declick on gate. Yeah, you gotta be careful watching streams. It'll fucking eat you up. I think flying a Razu out here would be interesting. Probably won't do it on stream, but we can maybe fit it up. Undead. I can already fly bombers? Hell yeah. You already have a character training to join mine? Well then, awesome. We would love to have you, dude. Seriously. Like, we're at the point where we just want people to come and play with us and, like, say cool things and be a good part of the crew, you know? Contribute to the damage, because we need damage. Right now, like, on average, it's like 2-3 people dropping. If we could double that and add some bombers or another strategic cruiser in there, like, suddenly we're able to punch really hard, really fast with no worries. I'm good at damaging my own FC. Does that count? Nah, you're absolved. I'm memory holding that. Pookie says, I have Blops 5, never used the Redeemer. Can I get my Naglfar out there? What's your jump drive caliber skill? If it's a 5, the answer is yes. JDC 5? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Come on down. I'm not bitch, says Pookie. I saw a, it's like a bumper sticker. You know the bumper stickers that say, like, baby on board? I saw one that says, me, I'm baby. And I've just always kind of identified with that ever since I saw it. Cycle Repeating says, next time you need something to do, let me know. I'll paint my target on my back. Of course. That's awesome. So. Arasu. Let me see if I can get a base. I saw Bumper Sticker said, if you can read this, I'm gay. Gotcha there. Straight people hate this one simple trick. So I don't need a hard sign. That frees up a bunch of space right there. What's up with these damps? Is this really what we're doing here? We're damping it up? I guess scan res prevents anybody from fighting back. It has 53,000 EHP. Holy smokes, that's actually really good. So she's obviously doesn't have recons yet. That's why these things are so low. Wow, alright. This looks like a goofy fit to me. Is this normal? Yeah, this has got to be normal. Should I try to micro cloak trick this out here? Or not even micro cloak, fly it out here manually with the micro warp drive to get out of bubbles, I meant. That could be interesting. Damn, it even has drones. The Arazu is busted. Alright, I'm sold. It's adorable. It's adorable. Someone says, ban, don't say that in local. Network keeps crashing for me. For carriers from CCP stream earlier, they're aiming for a price point between Marauders and Dreadnoughts. So, 2 Billy? Wait, aren't Dreads expensive as shit, though? All right, I have a plan. I want to buy this and fly it out here. Good luck, everybody else. How to ruin your corporation's kill board. Step 1, run NPSIs and refuse to kill anybody else and just die. Step 2, just be real loose with it, you know? Alright, let's go to market and buy some shit and fly it around, because you know what? This is the high octane action you came for. I said it was Friday, and then I started drinking alcohol. Sending the wrong message here. Rest in peace to the grouper troopers. You know, I haven't seen Fubs since I closed the grouper troopers. Feels bad, man. I think he was all in on the grouper, and I let him down. So going to Ren's, and then I'm gonna take a little secret shortcut through the forest across the river to grandmother's house with my Arazu. And all of you will get to witness this absolute masterclass of navigation. The heck pipe? Yeah, I'm going straight to motherfucking Rancer, bro. Straight to Rancer. I'm gonna target the first person that looks at me and light a signo and have nobody come through it. Just to establish dominance. And if, by some strange chance, they kill me, that's what a support ticket is for. I know how to play Eve, right? Just go to fucking r/Eve, cause a ruckus, right? Anyway, appreciate anybody serious or interested even remotely about the blob stuff, no doubt. I'll continue to kind of plug it, but after a couple more weeks, I'm not going to have to plug anymore. It'll kind of be its own thing, and the kill mails should be its own plug. I also would be interested in recording some stuff for it, but I highly doubt the blop stuff is ever going to hit YouTube. Blopsing, I hate to say, not that interesting. I've said it before, but blops videos are like dick pics. Nobody's trying to see that shit. And if they are, they'd ask. Just saying. But I think we can still have fun doing it. The blops, not the genital photographs. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, makes me laugh. The content creator and CSM Stitch K. Yeah, I think I advocated for Stitch K last time, or a couple times ago. Makes a few videos on polarized fits. That's awesome. I love that. Do I really not have any Instadoc bookmarks here? Oh. All right. All right. Fascinating.
Warp drive active.
If you could blops dick pics, now that would be something just flood. Listen. I don't think it's homophobic at all to say that if there were a bunch of dicks on every Stargate, I would quit the game. I don't think that has anything to do with it. That's just straight up. I'm not trying to see that. All right.
Docking permission requested. Docking requested.
It's like a Counter-Strike match. Just a bunch of fucking penises everywhere. Unbelievable. Gross. You guys are gross. Alright, so I wanted to get an Arasu. And so the best way to do that would be, wait for it, just YOLO buy the one I saved earlier and see if it's for sale here in the old Renzinator. Damn, this uses dose 3? What am I, fucking made of bucks here? Tisk? Tisk. Tisk. Wow, why the fuck is that so expensive? I almost bought that too. Look at this scrambler. Listen. I've made some mistakes in my life, but none quite this outrageous. This is called supporting local business, and you guys just don't know anything about it. That's all it comes down to. All right. So you need to back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up. Damn, Stream DRB got banned for that. I can't say that. That's rude. You best protect your neck. Am I allowed to quote Wu-Tang Clan? You said Heck Market is better? Bro, you know who goes to Heck? The worst scumbags imaginable. Everybody goes to Ren's to buy their shit. I don't know how to say this politely. Alright, let's fit up this couture bit here.
Skill training completed.
I'm gonna start using Heck. No, I sell at Heck and Ren's. Heck and Ren's, basically Ren's gets the Amamake crowd and Heck gets the Jitta crowd. That's it. I sold an auto-targeter one for 100 million ISK, felt good, bad. I bought a Mobile Depot once for 1.5 billion ISK back when Plex was like 500 mil for like a month. Yeah. I am pretty bad at EVE Online. It's true. So I need damps, right? I'm gonna have to obviously work on the skills too before I go back. I just wanted to fly it out there. Executive. Phased Muon. I don't give a flying fuck. Dude, I am not too good to not use meta modules. Quite honestly, they're probably better for my health. This song has always slapped and will always slap. Gotta spread these out for heat purposes, right? Alright, so we can't turn this on. Feels fucking inefficient, man. So we should probably just buy a 50 quad real quick. Instead of actually convincing myself that injecting is the play, let's just use our brain noodle here. Now, this ship is almost perfect, but it's not there yet. We're gonna need an irrational amount of these. The perfect ship doesn't exist? I beg to differ. Check me out. No skin, though. Feels broke, man. I'm surprised Ren's had all the modules. Ren's is popping, dude. I sell a shocking amount of Tech 3 stuff out of Ren's. Shocking. To me, Ren's and Heck are similar in usefulness. I think Heck has way more volume, though. There's no question. Cycle says, a random question. That picture of the tree behind you, I've always wondered, is it either something that came with the frame? Is it a cool piece of art? I can't figure out what it is. What's the store with it? Bought it at a thrift store. Thought it was awesome. Had the frame with it as well. That one's a thrift store. Of course, have you guys seen the CAD drawing? Have you seen that? Hold up. Some of you might not know this. So you guys see this? This is a pencil drawing that my girlfriend did. Yeah, that's a drawing. And you can tell it's a drawing. Look. Yeah, she's really good. Yeah, she's nuts. Not one I did in university for a drawing class. Yeah, she's extremely talented, yeah. She's like vaguely aware of it, but like it confuses her why she's good. She's actually made art for a Nomad Tale 15. She drew the Odysseus thumbnail for me, the ship, right? She's really cool. She just likes being a part of stuff and chilling. Classic example of doesn't know how good she is. Looks like one of your kitties. Yeah, that's my girl Pixel, the cat. Friendship. All right, well, I've had 2 adult beverages, and I think I'm gonna have a 3rd one as I fly this Arazu out there, and we'll make it a bit of a spectacle. Will I die? I mean, huge chance of that happening. Is she gonna do a Chloral Kitty insignia? Props on the lap blanket? Yeah, no, this is my battle blanket. This is very important. This is like the #1 indicator that I have some autism inside of me. That's my opinion. Sorry if that hurts, I'm just joking. Getting drunk in flying spaceships? Nah, no question. You're not gonna see me drunk on a stream. I almost never drank in the first place. I don't think I've ever drank anything on stream before. But I've been like a lifelong smoker and I've kind of stopped doing that. So just having a good time. I fucked up my fleet and people are probably disappointed, so I'm just basically moping. Earl Deuce, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Have a wonderful evening, yeah? Let me do it like this. I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna fly this out using some magical techniques you may or may not know about. And I'll narrate it the whole time and attempt to die. Excuse me, attempt to not die. Well, we'll see where the night takes us. Hey, yo, what is he saying? Life says, Noah says, hope your night is going well. It is. Thank you so much. You as well, mister. Life says, I know you were short bussing when you said single grind your coffee. Who does a single grind? Do I gotta double grind it? What the fuck does that mean? What is a double grind? What does that entail? I have so many questions. Should I put it back in and grind it again? Link grinder? I'll do you one better. I'll give you a... Someone says you're not triple grinding. Oh, fuck. But wait, I specifically leave it on 5 extra course. So why would I want to regrind it? I'm just breaking down the delicious halfway broken nodules. Oh god, dude. I knew I was getting baited into a fucking rabbit hole. I knew it. Ugununaka, what's up? Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. I have beat the shit out of a clutch once or twice. And it always feels like you're just wasting money, at least to me. Rot Dog says, up dog. And I gotta say, who hasn't? I respect that you said that to me because it makes me feel like I'm one of you. Like I'm somebody that like has, you know, had a good time in vehicles. But I'd say a lot of my friends have never even driven manual. Many have, but more haven't. So like I guess totally different sphere. Rot Dog, good to see you. What's up, dog? What's Rot Dog? I remember my first day. Oh, life is tough when you're a strimmer. They haven't lived that. Fucking up a clutch is good fun. Yeah, no, manual vehicles are something fantastic. You know, the most fun manual vehicle I ever drove wasn't even a car. You're gonna say a tractor, right? Nope. I have driven tractors and they're all fucking manual, at least the ones I used. Nope. It was a forklift. Oh my god, it was so fun, dude. It was everything that was fun about a manual transmission just distilled into this like toy version. Oh, so good. And granted, you're not burning rubber on the highway, but god was it fun. Whip it in reverse, let it roll. Oh, it was so responsive. I'm a 5-speed enjoyer. You guys know I had an S10? Can you believe it? Me? Little GMC Sonoma. Sonoma, excuse me. In high school, that has stick, no matter how hard you tried, you literally could not get that truck stuck. Jeez. You go out and get a forklift certified immediately. No, I needed it to, it was a forklift at a job. We had like equipment that we worked on. But I just remember that thing was just pristine the way it worked. Ryan dipping down, I still don't know what to call this. I'm going to call this a color chat. Thanks, buddy. You know what else is good for your health? I can't drink coffee at 7:45 p.m. No, but every other S10 I ever saw had that. I didn't even have subs in mine. I had a wooden center console, family member put in there. I had the arches were rusting. S10 was just not fun, but goddamn was it cool. You can't drink coffee at 7:45 p.m.? True. I'm trying to limiting myself 3-4 cups a day. You're the old S10? It was 93. 93. I had this car in my early 20s. It came from adult male family member. Let's call it that. Limit 4 cups. Well, I've just been drinking like 5,000 cups of coffee every day and just sitting there grinding it. I'll be grinding it up as I'm sipping the next cup. Like, I'm just trying to chill on it, you know? You can definitely drink coffee at 7:45 as long as you wake up before 5:45. I mean, people have picked up on it. I stream so much. They're like, listen, you got a lot of time, young man. Granted, I'm not going to argue. I kind of stream whenever I want. It's just, I love streaming in the morning. There's something magical about like the people like at work and like they're coming on saying, hey, I'm like listening in and just like it's in like the sun's coming up and the morning doves are cooing. It's just a magical time to stream. You have a Celsius once today? Yeah, I don't know the milligrammage. I would love to know how many milligrams of caffeine I get from one of these bad boys. It's probably like over 12. But fewer than 90. All right, I am stall tacticking. I think we can probably just chat, right? Don't need anything else, do we? Probably not. Just need a skin for this, that's all. All right. Wig Wham Bam Sham coming in with that booty. Now, how do you get an Arazu from Empire Space to East Curse? Good question. Personally, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use, wait for it, a Titan Bridge. I have 3 warriors. 3? I mean, shit. Definitely splurging on this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and meet that Titan real quick so we can actually get on the bridge. Subcat says, what? Nah, actually, if you were to bridge from here to there, it'd still be like 4 connects. That pocket Titan bridge. There's like issues with, you know, setting up a pocket Titan bridge, but none that could not be overcome. I could probably one day do that for myself. The cool part about a Nomad Tale is I've never once prescribed an ending. If there is one unifying theme within the entire series, that theme is navigation, more so than exploration even. Scotty wants to know about the modules. Yeah, it's less profound than you think. I basically reassigned the hotkeys for everything, and I think I could probably show this to you if I do this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but my bottom row is actually numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever on the keyboard. And then this would be shift, and this would be controlled numbers. So I actually have my keybinds set up in a way so that they start here, that's all. So if you're using the standard F1 configuration, this doesn't make any sense. But I'm used to playing MMORPGs where you start at the bottom row and it's like QWER, or it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then these would be F keys potentially. I actually used to use these as F keys, but I use F keys now to switch clients. You can't, I can heat with hotkeys, yeah? So for example, this would be Alt 1. If I want to overheat this would be Alt Shift 2, and this would be Alt Control 1. So it's just Alt is an unused modifier that also means heat. Although granted, I oftentimes click on them with Shift just to make it easier on my brain, admittedly.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, there's some major issues though. Even if this makes sense, like why I'm doing it, there's some major issues with this. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are used by various other windows as default hotkeys you cannot change. For example, if you have your D-scan selected and you push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, look what happens. It changes the filters, right? And instead of using my fucking modules. So if you're going to be a dirty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 user, you quite literally have to understand which windows you can even do it in. This is why the locations window, getting that change a couple months ago, was such a big deal. It doesn't steal hotkey focus anymore. ZXC VASD, there you go. Yep. It's a tragic example of, you know, just kind of patchwork development. However, I kind of empathize with Eve, specifically in this case the developers, because this game, that kind of patchwork is also its biggest strength. It just so happens in a UI environment, there's no good to be got out of it. In a sandbox, there's a lot of good to be gotten out of it. Still use F1 through F4. Yeah, I use F1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to switch between characters. F6 resets my character text file order, and then F7 minimizes all clients, and then F8 kills all clients. So my F keys are like very important for managing my stuff. ASDF user here, there you go. I need to find that bump key, that bump on the home key, home row. What's up, Stanovich? How are you? I didn't even know you could change the hotkeys on modules. I may have to try that out. It's a pain in the ass to use control to lock people and then reach all the way up to the keyboard. Yeah, I actually use tilde to lock people. Yeah, I've changed that too. Like when I want to lock somebody, I'm holding down tilde. It's funny. So there's one advantage about moving an Arazu around is you kind of look like you might have some friends, right? Not always, but you kind of do. Now people use Arazu to move their own ships and their prey, but still. Hopefully you're having a good time today. Sorry I bungled the fleet earlier. We'll figure something out. Couple different ways down to curse. You could fly directly. You could look for wormholes. You could needle jack and attempt to connect that way. Like I said, it really does help to have a Titan bridge. If you have a Titan bridge, what that means is you can pretty much just, you don't have to sit in traffic like a plebeian. You can just get in your helicopter and fly directly to the target. Now, of course, you have to be within fuel range of that helicopter, otherwise nobody can help you. And it just so happens in this instance, I want to fly out to the motherfucking Galapagos. So no helicopter can reach there. We can't use a Titan bridge, feels bad. What we can do, though, is use wormholes, right? Why not? What key to lock? Tilde. Yeah, tilde. It's the grave accent in the very top left under escape. Backtick. Excuse me. Eve's UI and interface situation is... I imagine it probably makes the developers lose sleep and hair. Deemer can bridge? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Deemer can bridge. Any of the BLOPs can bridge anybody. That makes sense. Also, is that really called the tilde key? Tilde. Here, it's typed like this, tilde. And then that's what this is called, at least in English. You can't really see it. Hold on. Let me use Cura text. So this would be a tilde right here. Tilde. Matilda key broke. This is one of Kip Boga's names, right? Wait, where'd it go? Matilda key broke. That's a perfect one. I like tilde as a lock modifier. I use it a lot in games as a primary thing. Also, another thing I do heavily in all games, ever since I discovered the G502 mouse, is on the G502 you have... I guess I could just pull up an image of it. It's probably better than showing you. A lot of you understand this mouse, but just in case you've never seen it, I'll show you. So on these mice, the form factor is as follows. You have normal mouse configuration side buttons. You also have these two buttons on top, G8 and G7. They're literally on top of your mouse, and you push them down like you would any click. I use this key, G8, extensively. In the same way that most people use M3, I use G8. In fact, I often rebind it to mouse 3 in games. So what this does is by putting my finger in between them, I can use basically the middle click camera angle manipulation and also select things and box things without really having to do anything. I use that extensively, and I'm a huge advocate for it. But, of course, it's just, you know, like my opinion, man. I've bought a couple of G502 over the years, and it's getting to the point where I almost want to like create like a custom mouse that has top buttons instead of relying on this shit company Logitech. Titan too expensive? Chaotic, what's up? Yumzy. I'm Jitta Trader, good luck, Corp. That's the most cryptic message I've ever seen. Are you threatening your corp? Fuck. I go by Chlorokin on the internet. My name is Ken, but you can call me the dude.
Drive active.
If you need in-game jitter price check, the Ying. All right. Ah, I see. Thank you. Thank you, Ying. The tilde key. Tilde. I think most people say tilde. I probably just said tilde. I got a new keyboard a couple weeks ago. It's actually really nice. My only problem is the keycaps it come with are not translucent, so in the dark it gets a little awkward to hit like function keys like blindly. I mean, I'm not like a scrub at a keyboard. I guess I know where the keys are, but it's nice to see them. I've used Vim before. I used Vim yesterday. I used Vim today. I used Vim today. How are you cooler than I? I just don't see it as being a possibility, so. Anyway.
Warp drive active.
Fossabot says, support the show by using code Chlorokin in the even marquee stores. I recommend you do not do that. Do not use code Chlorokin in the stores. If you do that, I get rewarded for being a clown on the internet. Don't do that. Whatever you do. Fight the temptation. Resist the urge. Instead, use it on Brother Grimoire, Lorum Earth, Crash Naps. How about you use it on Rushlock? If you can exit Vim, you can exit a bubble. Colon. Q. The wormhole's dead. Well. That's not good. Q, W? No, W is right. Q is quit. You'd have to... Oh, you want to save it? Okay, okay. If you want to save it, sure. So the wormhole is dead, which means I lost all will to live. So I'm going to close the client. Just like that. And, I'm going to go look at my other wormhole on my other characters and see what's going on with that, because that's probably more interesting than this. And if there's nothing going on there, I'm going to log the fuck off. Because EVE Online doesn't tell me what to do. I tell EVE Online what to do. What are the laptops doing in the background? This one is breaking into the mainframe. That one is downloading all of your nudes. King Arthur Fleck, what's up? Any advice on floor nugs? Something to tie the room together. Any advice on floor nugs? Yeah, he said floor rugs, not nugs. I'm just seeing that now. I thought he said floor nugs. So some floor rugs to tie the room together. I think the unk-ass couch is probably enough to tie it all together at this point. But I'm thinking some more thrift store paintings would not be a bad idea either. But I'm not much of an interior decorator. Johnny Bio says, what are the laptops doing? Yeah. What are they not doing? Floor nugs are still smokable. Just blow the hair off of them. It's okay. Galgi, what's up? It's me, your boy. How you doing? What's going on? Is it possible for me to scan and not show you what's going on? No, that's actually literally impossible. But I could probably do this, right? We could like look at the SIGs together. Oh! That's a lot of damage right there. The whole thing flipped. I don't even want to do that much scanning. All right, let me take a look. What signatures do you want me to delete? Jesus Christ, dude. As if I have time to delete so many signatures. Who can explain to me how JSpace spawns new wormholes? In under 500 words. Go. Magic? Randomly. Losing a wormhole shortcut is always a pain. Space wizards. Like doors. On a timer. What's up, Michael? I always think people have different versions of what a BLOPs corporation is, says Devon Sanders. What is yours? My version would be a casual way to do a slightly more advanced style of PvP with cool people on the weekends and help each other out, make some money and share what we know. Passcode magic. Statics reroll immediately. Wandering is the whim of RNGesus. Yeah, but what exactly makes a wormhole spawn? Here, I'll put a hypothetical together. Some of you have heard me talk about this. But if you, let's just say you had a magical spell to make every human being on the planet just freeze. All humans froze. Now, all the servers are still rolling, right? And ostensibly there's automation with you and it doesn't just stop. What happens to the wormholes after a day, after a week, after a month? What happens to JSpace? Is it, what's going on? Your static's just coming and going, and like, what's going on?
_800_help says, damn bro, you must really like laptops to have them as decoration in the background.
Would they not spawn since no one warped to them? Would that make some people smaller? You're precious, dude. Part of size is not random, that is, will be there and what type of system it targets. The location exact target is random, sure. Nico, what's going on, slime boy? Did the tree fall if no one was there to hear it? You're getting closer to the philosophy, Davon. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Artex, what's going on? I thought the holes auto respawn. Wormholes would still spawn, by the way. You actually got a first try means if I find you at Vegas, I owe you a drink. It's kind of a common name, I guess. But I'm terrible at pronouncing that shit. Cool thing about YouTube is it's usually people's real names. I don't know if you'll catch me at Vegas, but maybe if they do New York one, I'll see you there. I'll get you a drink. Maybe wormholes open up like bubbles in a simmering thick soup. When one door closes, another one opens. When someone warps to a door on the other side, yeah. So Nico says the wormholes would still spawn, by the way. Do traffic lights, traffic light if no one's around. Well, the truth is that nobody actually knows outside of the people that have access to the source code. Yeah. But we have our ideas. And I'll just cut right to the chase. My testing, the devs talk about wormhole spawn mechanic. You can link that to me, no worries. My understanding is that if you froze all the people, wormholes would, obviously the ones that have been warped to eventually spawn, but the whole thing would stop. Meaning if nobody played EVE Online and the server was still online, all the wormholes would freeze. That's my understanding. So if there's information counter to this, it'd be cool to know. People get awfully confused about the timers with wormholes spawning, but short of something Nico links me, you know, all those arguments I can kind of prove otherwise, based on my own testing. Thank you for doing the math. I think you should read that carefully because I'm not sure I understand the premise. This is exactly as I understand it. If a wormhole is warped to on one side and not gone through, it'll spawn after some time. Maybe I gotta read this again myself. Here, I'll put it up on screen. I'll just read it for the chat. So I could see how this could be read in a way that would be contrary to how we understand it, but I'm reading this going, this is kind of how I understand it now. So this is Fozzie posting, says, we're currently planning to give K162s a random chance to appear every once in a while, whenever they have less than 15 hours of lifespan remaining. But we can just stop right here. My understanding of how this works is that it never gets a timer until somebody initiates warp to the grid on the first side. So this is still in line with it. What's up, Dwayne? I blame you, by the way. So unless I'm misunderstanding this, or Nico has an interpretation of this to talk about, I guess this is still my understanding. It's still in line with the general kind of wormhole relativity we have. This is the confusing part. This is where the misconception comes from, because the word "and" is doing a lot of lifting here. A wormhole that's never been warped to, it doesn't have a timer. Dwayne, how are you, buddy? Anyway, I'm gonna have to yap with Nico about this later before I do any videos on this. Nico, thank you for being a debative force on this. It's possible I'm misparsing this, but I'll just tell you, just for the sake of argument, my understanding of JSpace is that, I'm just gonna make it as simple as possible. If a wormhole is never warped to, timers don't start and it sits as Vestal forever. We know about drifters coming on the other side. We understand the timer countdown if you warp to the one side. We understand the appearance. We understand all the mechanics people talk about. My testing shows if you are sure nobody's warped to that wormhole, it will stay in that Vestal state forever. I've never found, and granted, I guess I didn't run it for weeks. You really can, that's the problem. But for days, that's much longer than 15. And so with that understanding in my own testing, my theory, obviously unproven, misunderstood, probably uninformed, and of course, hopefully continue to be challenged. Timer's not discussed in this post. I actually never researched that. Yeah, so we need to talk about this, obviously. Nico's a pretty bright mind in the JSpace mechanic department. In my opinion, he doesn't think so. But my understanding is that if everybody was frozen right now, all wormholes, including wanderings, I'm pretty sure it does spawn after a while. So I disagree with this. This is the misconception I think a lot of people have. But my understanding is that all of them would freeze. Now, again, I don't see the code, you know. The timer actually appears when you initiate a warp to a wormhole grid. The other side starts a timer to appear. If you go through it, it appears instantly. We're reading snippets and stuff from developers talking about similar timers and whatnot, but you know, I've actually gone out and tested this in C13 space, and it's really easy to test there. The same way it's easy to test in science on insects. You guys ever hear of Drosophila, fruit fly? It's really easy to test on this. We call it a model organism because it's just ideal. It's just easy to work with. Same thing with lab rats. C13s are the model wormhole to test Vestal mechanics with because the statics have 4.5 hour duration. It's very easy to see quickly if they're misbehaving or acting in a way that you don't expect. And in Nomad, and even in a Nomad Tale, I went through this and I showed you they will last days if you're babysitting them and you just get lucky and nobody works to them. Precisely, Colettes. Now, I just want to be clear. I could have this way wrong. This is just speculation. This is how the science works. You make a guess and you try to prove it. We need the source code, obviously, to rule this all out. But people generally understand wormholes to spawn no matter what, even if you don't warp to them. I think that's a misconception. So my idea and the way to convey this, the ramifications of this observation to like people that don't do JSpaces is if everybody stopped touching wormholes right now, they would all freeze. Good chance the frig holes are special? Could be. Could be. Very well could be. I have no actual reason to believe that. I've tried some other tests elsewhere and it seems like they behave the same way. But I love data. So if there's something to base it off of a good chance, like if there's some foundation for that, let me see what you got. If it's speculation, we're on the same page. We're just guessing here. I've been in wormholes where they are large wormholes, and I have been very careful to pick ones that nobody would fuck with, C1s and stuff, for mediums, C3s for, and I would basically babysit them. And there's a way to kind of do this. You can watch for wanderings when you're offline if you run a really low FPS camera, watching for SIGs, right? What's up, Undead? Welcome back. Now, my experimentation is extremely amateurish and very short-lived. I should probably get some people on board to do it next year. Next year is going to be the year of research. We're going to learn a lot about Eve in this community together. This year, we're still just trying to, you know, have fun and find ourselves. But I have a strong feeling that wormholes do actually act this way. And I have obviously my own testing that kind of backs it up, but not fully. I actually have like motive. You know how like you put together a case and you think of motive? Did you get the ship safely home from ends? I flew to Turner, the wormhole was expired, and I Alt F4'd. Now I'm in a pacifier floating like fucking 30 AU away from a citadel, just chilling. To warp the grid, does it care about the cloaked people? Yeah. My understanding is that even if you warp their cloak, it'll start the timer. The ghost site mechanic is another one on top of it. Could test on the test servers, almost no one there. That's a good idea. This is interesting. I didn't think about this, that it wasn't figured out. Does that mean theoretically there could be holes that haven't jumped to in for weeks? Yeah. And you would never know. Now, the reason why, Davon, why that's not a thing is because actually people are scanning all over the place constantly. Constantly. You don't even have to work to it. Yeah, you just have to create the vector. It's a good point, Arctic. If you create the vector, it starts the timer. This is precisely what I was trying to get at, Dwayne. It actually is incentivizing as a business to create algorithms that freeze based on inactivity. So it wouldn't save them that much money, but it would make sense. Yep, this is true. But Davon, the reason why this doesn't happen is because people are constantly scanning everywhere. And the only time you really see the effects of my theory that they never spawn unless people make them spawn, as in the entirety of JSpace, is player procedurally drawn, all of it. The biggest proof of that, beyond actually doing experiments with the wormholes, is when you actually see pockets of gas, you know, that haven't been touched. You will not see this in 5s and 6s, really, because they're constantly rage rolled. There's not that many of them, but like 4s, 1s, 3s, you will see these pockets of gas, or you'll see a place with like a ghost site and a silent battleground, and you'll just be like, holy fuck, it is the case that this has probably been sitting here a while. You know, you don't know much past that, but it's a really strong indicator that it's not touched. Ever tested that before the 4-hour yellow timer for friggles? You know, the timeline eludes me, Nico. I've never once set up an actual experiment. I don't know. And if you told me, like you did before, that frig holes are special, I would say that's something that makes sense. But I have no reason to believe that right now. All right, let's wind this down and give you guys a skin, yeah? You guys have been really good today. You put up with my malarkey, yeah? So I'm going to push F8. It's going to kill every client that's open, which was 5 of them. They're all dead now. Now we're going to log into Jack the Needle. Nice and quick like. Manipulating your characters is a very important part of multi-boxing. If you're constantly struggling to like move the thumbnails in the right place and set up the binds, like you're wasting so much time over the years. Wind this down? Yeah, no, I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, and it started off pretty rough. I couldn't get the NPSI going. I'll probably hand out something for the people and dip. I see them very often as fresh. That's special with them. That's not happening with other sizes. Yeah, the fresh thing is an interesting observation, right? That would definitely be a huge part of any experiment. Fresh would be not yet begun, or what is it? You help me out, Nico? Oh, I see. No, okay, sorry, I totally understand. I thought you were talking about, I'm like, what are we talking about? Identifier? So true. I've always kind of attributed that to the fact that EOL is 4 hours, and Frig holes are 4.5, so like it's kind of rare to see them unless you popped it yourself. But it's an interesting observation. Nico is the perfect personality to do these types of experiments with, because like he has his own observations. You know, he's not afraid to be wrong or right. It's nice. Like I said, next, let me give you roles. This was Dank Gravy. Let me give you roles on Discord. Next year, I'm planning on doing a lot of research into the mechanics of Eve and bringing you guys along with it. So, Dank Gravy, my boy. I think you already got roles, yeah? Wait, hold on. Yeah, you already got that shit. Easy. Gotcha. Yo, let's spin over to my Discord and do a little giveaway so YouTube can get involved. I hate to leave them behind. But we'll give away one of these little skins here over 5 minutes, yeah? Give you guys a chance to get in there. 5 minutes, one winner, and this is gonna be a, what is the skin? Metamorphosis. Media Miasma. Partner skin. So let me post the Discord for you guys so nobody's left out. Guys and gals. Oh, was I slow? Scotty was quick, dude. That was impressive. Just head over to my Discord and there's a channel. It's the third one down called giveaways. You just got to click the present button. You'll get a chance to win. 4.5 life time on C13s makes running the content feel like a timed event. If you make the cutoff, you have no... Yeah, the best part about the recent changes is that these frigate holes, the 4.5 hour ones, you can see when they have 1 hour left. It's so nice. Speaking of roles, did you redo the gas program? Yeah, so basically, it's not really panning out how I wanted it to pan out. So I kind of closed it off and only have a few people in there right now. I'm thinking about what the next steps are with that. So it is closed currently, but stand by and bug me about it later this week, and I'll give you an update on what's going on. My apologies. I try stuff and it doesn't always work out. I do everything quick. It's a problem. That's good, man. In gaming, that's good. All right, we'll let this ride out and then we'll wind it down and of course send you guys on your way. A bit of an unsuccessful stream today, but I think it was still entertaining. I don't know if anybody's still here. Yeah, there's still 79 people here. I guess we got raided. About 7 Bill and Doe Dixie. Exactly. Ryan knows. Sorry for the inconvenience. I take responsibility for misleading anybody about the program. I just kind of just was like, what am I even doing at one point? Someone's like yelling at me. I'm like, what am I even doing? Tasselhoff, what's good? Good luck to you nerds. My plan is to work on a Nomad Tale 16 tonight. I've been quite inspired to do it. Obviously, I'm very careful about spoilers, and I make sure that anybody even watching my stream has a really nice experience watching a Nomad Tale. It is truly my flagship content creator product, and I intend to make it flagship and moving forward. But I'll say this, you know, there's like a bit of a break from the normal flow, so to speak. Typically in a Nomad Tale, it's hard-coded to chronological order. Meaning whatever happens, I put it true to life in the order it happens. Now that's really cool because it creates like the vlog environment, it creates the sequencing with the days and everything, but there's some design space about taking the things and not reordering them per se, but categorizing them and telling a couple different stories in parallel. It was fun. Didn't mind feeding for insurance. Yeah, no doubt. My bad. We'll bring it back one day. New sistership should be fun. 100%. You need to finish what you made with Nomad's Tale? It came because of someone you made with not being afraid of ghost sites. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, Nomad Tale is not for everybody. It's like really long form. It's basically just a dude trying to figure it out, being really anxious and paranoid. Everyone should watch your fun video. Yeah, I should do a follow-up to that. Remind people it's okay to have fun. My favorite thing so far about living in a wormhole is I get to effectively move around the map and have a place to retreat to. Now you're starting to get it. Yeah, it's funny. We often view as JSpace players as like people that just are reclusive, but the truth is they're more like on a cloud above New Eden, above Empire, above Nullsec, and they could just come down at will, Jack and the Beanstalk style. There's no such thing as a JSpace player that doesn't use Kspace. Now, there's probably people that just exclusively log on and log off, but they're usually part of a corp. If you're doing any type of solo operation, you are every bit a Kspace player as you are a JSpace player. That whole finding a way home is what keeps me from relocating. Yeah, you kind of get into the vibe down the way, but it's not for everybody. It's true. For me, it's like, you know, I got guys out in C4s, 5s, 6s, whatever I got going on. When it's time for me to reconnect, what you kind of get good at, like not needing to go back. You know, I can stay out there for weeks sometimes if I'm not doing much gas. If I'm doing a lot of gas, I got to go back like a couple times a week to empty the porpoise, but... Nico 40k wins the skin. Ooh, can I get a rigged in chat? Can I get a rigged in chat? Can I get a rigged in chat? Oof. We're doing a lightning round. Good lad. Whenever I talk to a chatter, guys, 60 seconds on the next contest. Click the button. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. You better get in there. We're doing 2 for 1. The only reason I'm doing this is whenever I'm like talking to a chatter and they win, I'm always like, all right, well, that's rigged. 60 seconds. Get in there. Lightning round. Nico, congratulations, buddy. Have you not won a skin on my channel? That's insane. You deserve a skin, friend. Let's see what character he's got registered. You've never won a skin on my stream? Man, you must think I hate you. Dolores Mankin. Beautiful, congratulations. Remember, lightning round going. This is the not rigged lightning round. 20 entrants, 10 seconds. Good luck. Shout out to the poop emote spammers. 21 entrants. Oh, you're gonna miss it. 3, 2, 1. If Nico wins again, I'm gonna poop. Glawsy. What's up, yo? Who's Glawsy? Let me DM Glawsy. Hey. Yo, they're on the Linux Discord. They must be cool as shit. 3? Nice, nice. I have to message you on Discord, otherwise anybody could claim to be you, right? You know what I'm trying to say? I don't have port for compression, still working on that. Yeah, it's a huge part of it. You know? That's really what allows you to stay out there forever. If you have 62.5 thousand M3 worth of space in a porpoise, that's equivalent to 625,000 space if it's compressed. How nuts is that? 312, congrats, buddy. Yeah, yeah. Basically, whoever has the Discord account wins, you know? Wins. Glawsy, love it, dude. Congratulations, guys. We'll give out some more stuff next time I stream. Usually I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And I think I'll cool it on the whole NPSI thing. I feel like I need to wait for things to settle so I can kill Ishtars and not be upset, so... Learning. We're learning. All I know is that you guys still somehow make this fun, even when I'm not at my best. So, in some ways, I guess I owe you guys, right? Davon says, wormhole for me is like taking a train to random locations in the city you know. Dude, you should watch my video I made like years ago called Doors. I'm talking about wormhole spaces like trains and stuff. It's so cool. I guess it's a bit of a mindfuck video. Use my porp as a coffin as well. Slap all the blue loot in there whenever I don't feel like it. I had shite chains for a couple days. Precisely. You have 5,000 meter cubed flea hanger, right? Amazing. Guys, you've been absolutely amazing today. I will, of course, be on again. even when I have good days, bad days, I am appreciative that you're here. Make no mistake. It's not the same without you. Thank you all for coming. I hope that one day we can introduce the NPSIs back. But if not, if we never do them again, you know what? They were fun while they lasted, and I got plenty of other cool stuff to do. So we're going to keep our chin up, as people told me, yeah? A-Track, Rot Dog, Cam Garu, Take Care, 07 at you, Eve Player, Davon, Life, see ya. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate my hilarious YouTube chatters. I really do like streaming to YouTube. It's hilarious. You guys got your own culture over there. I thought it was going to be lame. It's actually not. Even though the emotes are lame, the people are cool. I've been pleasantly surprised by you a lot. Dan Kirby says 10 more jumps for ship 2 to you dubs. Hell yeah, keep us posted in Discord. And of course, I'm going to respond to people that hit me up. And if you want to join us or ask more about the BLOPs, ding me, for sure. Saosui, take care. Good to see you. Dwayne, goodbye, my friend. Turn that frown upside down. I love you, man. I hope if you decide to play again, actually you resubbed. I hope you find interesting stuff to do. Maybe a little dread ratting, maybe a couple NFIs in the Zern. Another fun stream, says Scotty. Much love, mister. I appreciate your questioning of the conversation. Sometimes it makes it fun. You are serving a role here, my friend. Appreciate you. It's me, your boy. Take care. Sorry for the inconvenience. Katse, appreciate you coming. Manny, adios. Made my emote cry. Aw. Guys, you're the best. I'm gonna raid you guys off on Twitch to the Marine Mammal Rescue channel. Twitch has a mechanic where you can send your viewers to another channel. I send them occasionally to an otter rescue channel where they just look at otters floating around. Unfortunately, I can't do that for YouTube, but I will, of course, link it in case you want to join them over there. Guys, take care. See you. Love your pretty faces. Be good to people that you care about, and, you know, do a little self-care, yeah? Goodbye. See you, Clat. See you, T-Coog.